he didn't. Yes, he
right on your sleeve.
Uh-huh.
But you don't blow up
No.
at all.
No.
I think I might have seen it like once.
Yeah. Maybe once in 20 years.
Yes.
That's the thing is that I'm
like, oh my God, they're going to fight.
Trying to think who that was. Is that who I think it was? Yep. That was in the hallway. That was about to happen. I forgot you were there for that. That's funny.
That was intern Chris.
That was intern Chris. Wow. Yeah, that was close. That was had he not walked the other way, I was young enough to still be stupid.
That's when I thought, oh man, this guy blows up all the time.
Yeah, no. Weirdly enough, I am a simmering tea kettle. I have a long temper, not a short temper. I have a long temper. Weirdly enough, and I'm good at I'm good at knowing when to chill. But yes, I do wear my emotions on my sleeve. But but here's the problem. Here's the problem. It's a long temper, but imagine like a mason jar filling up, right? And I'm really, like if you ever, or like you're boiling pasta or something and it starts to foam to the top, and right before it overflows, by the way, just put a wooden spoon across the pot there. It'll automatically keep it down. But right before it overflows, you take it off the heat. I'm good at being able to do that. The problem is that if it goes and it's building and building and building and building and building, and it gets to the point where it just goes over the top. I can't stop it. It's over. I'm just gonna. I don't know if you watched all the West Wings. So
I did.
Okay, so I don't know if you're gonna remember this, but Donna, Toby, and Josh missed the bus on an Indiana tour stop, and they had to find their own way back to D.C., and they're riding in the back of a volunteer's truck. At one point, they missed the train because they didn't know it was an hour. It was in a different time zone. And when they find out about that, Toby and Josh absolutely lose their minds, while Donna is embarrassed and is telling the volunteers these guys are going to need about an hour. And that's kind of how it is for me. Like once I lose it, I lose it. And then I'm going to need to just get through the process. So good morning, everybody. And I think most people can identify with this stuff. Everybody has work issues, and I love my job, obviously, or I wouldn't be here. I love the people I work with. One thing that always helps me is I know that I think most everybody is trying the best they can at whatever. And we're all dealing with stuff. And I get to come in here and sit down and talk and then go. And I'm not oblivious to, before I get here and after I get here, there's other machinations that are happening that, can be frustrating for others. Like Chris has not had a great week this week because he's having to deal with all this crap. And, but I'll see stuff and I'll be like, why do we do that? All right. Why do we do that way? All right. Well, none of my business, but why do we do that? It's
and
why,
many times it's why didn't we do this? And it's me going like,
because we're on.
I suggested that.
Right.
And for this, and this reason, this is why it's not possible.
And those reasons generally are like, So the problem is that, like, for example, with Ryan yesterday, I'll bring him into it. Really, I do like Ryan. I do. It's like MC and I'll bicker, but I like MC. It's never a real thing. But when Ryan went from whatever he was saying in the chat. By the way, if you could, is that what you're doing? Unmute. Okay, thank you. When Ryan goes from the chat and then he's messaging me on Facebook, and then I think he was texting you at one point. Yeah. I don't mind telling you. Yesterday, I was probably about as direct as I've ever been. And the reason is that I get very protective of those around me. And so really what's at the root of what was at the root of my issue with Ryan being Helpy Helperton, I have no doubt he obviously has expertise. He's a professional. He works on we're not stupid. But it's the reality of the situation. The fact it's like, dude, it's like I have herpes and you're telling me I have herpes constantly. Like, dude, I know. I am aware of this, and there's nothing you can do. You think you can do it, but you can't because of this, and this rule. So just leave it alone. I've told him 50 times, just leave it alone, which he's promised to leave it alone. I'm not picking on him. My point is that I'm more upset than anybody listening or watching. I'm 80% of our participants in the show are over the air, right? YouTube, in reality, represents a much smaller core of our demo, and I spend a lot more time on the YouTubers than people listening right now. But I'm not a huge fan of doing things half-cocked, and this has been a frustrating week, because we don't have this stuff all figured out, and that's nobody's fault. But when we're switching this thing to this new camera thing that we're using, and we don't have the ability to put guests on yet. I still look like I'm too small, and that's
Monday.
Yeah, right. Like, it's going to be fine. I have confidence. But it's very frustrating behind the scenes, and although I'm pretty much an open book and I share a lot of things, there are things I don't share, like all the behind the scenes stuff. I'm also not going to throw my colleagues under the bus. In fact, I'm going to protect, as much as I like to give them crap, when it comes down to it, if it's a serious thing, I would die for everybody. I'll take a bullet. I would come after me. Come at me, that's fine. But when you're coming after,
and I am 100% the same way. Go after Dave.
Yes. I can be a bullet sponge. Come after me, not literally. Come after me, and I'm good with it. We can have fun with it. But and that's what it's part of the reason why, like, my wife, not in a I'm the man of the house, do what I say thing, but in I'm your husband and I love you. Like, my wife and I, very early on in our marriage, I was doing this show, or I was doing the night show. I had a rule for her, which was, you can't go on Facebook and get involved in my arguments. You can't do it. Like, she was doing what any loyal friend or person that loves you would do. She would, especially during the Kings fight, she'd go into a Facebook argument I was having and be like, my husband, about which is very sweet of her because she's not that, she always beats the hell out of me, figuratively. And then to see her have my back is pretty awesome. She's loyal. But I always told her, look, I can take all of it. I can take all the abuse, all the criticism. I wouldn't say I'm numb to it, but you build up a leather skin. But my kryptonite, my Achilles heel is you and my family, because if somebody goes after you or a loved one, now you've got me. That's the way to get into my head, and now it turns into a whole different thing. And I'll get in eventually in trouble. These things never end well. That's kind of like how it is here. So I get very protective of. I will get angry at my colleagues, but I don't want other people doing it. So yes, that's very frustrating. The ongoing, our engineer and I are actually really good friends. Jason Ornelas, we've known each other a long time. I like him very much, but. He came in here a couple days ago and just started throwing away stuff or moving it around. And one of those things was I spent about an hour yelling at him because he threw away my lightsaber. Now, in reality, it's a really funny argument.
It is incredibly funny to see an adult go to his boss and say, "What the hell happened to my lightsaber?" Not as a joke,
no,
but as a very serious.
You were in the meeting. And you were sitting right there, and we had a lot of heavy crap thrown at us, a lot of really heavy crap thrown at us that about changes on the video and things we can and can't do and licensing and all this other stuff, right? And I don't mind saying I was probably the most emotive when I found out he threw away my lightsaber. I think at one point I yelled out, "I can't believe you he threw away my lightsaber." And I'm pretty sure the whole entire building heard it. Yes, we still have the hot plate. So yeah, I don't understand the culture of I have an adapter on my headphones, as many do, so I can put it in the little small plug or the big plug. And somebody to come in, it's one thing if you grab the adapter in an emergency and you use it, but to do that and then not replace
That's the big thing.
That's the big thing. If you were to borrow it and replace it, first off, I would never know. Secondly, of course, I'm fine with that. Just be respectful. But it's not the first time, nor will it unfortunately be the last time that you come into this shared workspace and things are moved or missing or taken, like pens. It's little stuff like that, and it absolutely drives me bonkers. Just please leave it. Every day when I get done with the show, I throw all my stuff away. I put any permanent stuff over here. And yeah, I could take my headphones home with me. Of course I could. I shouldn't have to take I'm not going to use these headphones at home. These are the headphones I use here. I shouldn't have to worry about not being able to trust my stuff in a studio in which we have 7 levels of security to get in here. Like, we're pretty locked down. So anyways, good morning. Jason is traveling today.
I think he traveled yesterday.
Oh, I think you're right, actually. Campeo, I don't know how you got this idea, but maybe I always want to make sure I communicate right. It says, "Is Jose ruining the show?" No. Jose, I think maybe you threw...
This is above Jose.
Yeah, I think you threw them. You kind of threw me a little bit, too, because you said, yelling at your boss, "Where's my lightsaber?" Which I was yelling with Jason. I might have yelled with him.
We went into our boss's office and
we yelled
what
about
the hell?
It. Right. Yeah. None of this is Jose. None of this. And again, there's no blame. There's no evil person at the top that's like, no, they're making changes that in many cases they've done in other markets. We have a Seattle market, a Phoenix market, a San Francisco market that they've already done this and had a lot of success. Again, I've been told, and I've also heard this from colleagues over there that have gone through the same thing, that there is a learning curve, there is a feeling out process, but that eventually, after a few days, weeks, whatever, it's actually better.
Which you would think would make it less frustrating,
yes.
But it somehow makes it more frustrating because you can't do anything.
Well, if I'm being honest, I think the thing that sticks with me, and we shouldn't be doing this on the air, but whatever. And again, I want to keep reiterating, it's nobody's fault. Everybody's doing the best they can. I don't blame anybody for this. But I'll tell you what really is, it's the one thing in my brain computer that keeps going, IO error, is I go, okay, well, if we've done this in other markets, and they've already gone through the growing pains, and it's eventually worked out okay, two things. Number one, why are we going through growing pains here? We've already done this in other markets. Why didn't we just, learn from that and then have no growing pains? Or secondly, why didn't we have a lead up where we did things like, dress rehearsals, and this is how you do all this. And here's the 2-hour Zoom training. I hate trainings. This is a training I'd be on. All this stuff so that you guys are all prepared, and then we roll, and then we announce, hey, we're doing this new thing. You're going to love it. Here's what it does. And then, boom, first day. Yeah, maybe there's a couple of early first day hiccups, but I don't understand why, if other markets went through the hiccups, why we're going through them. And then secondly, why we didn't perfect this stuff as best we can before we rolled it out. That's what's breaking my brain a little bit. I would love an answer to that one. Because I don't think the listeners should be our guinea pigs. I think when you go out front and you're front facing, I think when you're presenting that we have a contract, we have a contract with our listeners that I take incredibly seriously. Like, we work for a company, man, I'm on it today. Wish Jason was here. We work for a company that I happily can. This is on my kids. I'm not doing a thing. This is the favorite. I think one, two. I think this is our fourth owner since I started as an intern. CBS, Infinity. I thought there was one other. Maybe it's the third. Oh, well, I guess technically we were Odyssey for 30 seconds. So third, but
we were. With me, it was CBS,
yeah.
a Trust, and then...
Oh, okay, so you weren't here for Infinity.
No.
Okay, so Infinity, CBS, the Trust, and now Bonneville. Bonneville is by far, and this is no disrespect to any of the other companies, by far my favorite company I've worked for. These are, the way they handled the whole we were the one, I don't know about the one company, but they didn't lay anybody off during COVID. They supported us insanely. They're like a huge company, but they're a small company, if that makes sense. Like, you can access people, and they actually care. Like, what can we do for you? What do you need? And more often than not, you get it. If it's possible, you get it. And they're very, we just got a new market manager a few months ago, and I'd only had one, and I was very scared about it. And I love this new market manager. She's phenomenal. I love this company, and most importantly, they're very charitable. They're very charity oriented. They're very community oriented. We get paid time off. I've never taken it, but you get 40 hours a year if you want, just simply to volunteer. If you want to go volunteer, they will literally pay you to do it. And I know that's not exclusive to them, but I love that. If you make a donation, they'll match it. I love that. So I take those things seriously because they align with what I believe. And I believe that we have a contract with all of you that I take incredibly seriously. I will mess with MC, and I will mess with Ryan, and I will goof on Campeo and Chris Guerrero, and we'll go back and forth and have fun. All our YouTube characters, in part because that's something in radio I learned from Don Geronimo, is that you develop characters in the periphery of the show. We actually, believe it or not, actually do put thought into what we do on this program. You develop your characters, you interact with them, and you're like a family. You go back and forth. Dwayne and I will go back and forth on stuff sometimes, and we all do, right? And I'll be cantankerous and silly. But when it comes down to it, this is the lifeblood of the show, and I am incredibly not only thankful, but also really loyal to these people. And if we don't deliver, if I feel like we're not delivering, because every day you have, and there's a long roundabout way. I didn't plan on soapboxing today, but here we are. It's Friday. You have, in this day and age, everybody says radio's dying. It's not. Because you're never going to replace spoken word, news, sports, whatever. That's something that you're not going to AI, he says naively. You have Spotify, you have Sirius, you have other radio stations, you have podcasts, you have so many. It used to be you come in this market and you have 3, 10, 13, 31, and 40, and then 58. to watch on TV, and you have like 5 radio stations, and that's all you have to choose from. And they used to have the way they used to do the ratings is they'd have these things called diaries, where they literally, people would get in the mail these like questionnaires, and you'd write down what station you like, what shows you like, and what you listen to. It's obviously, thank God, a lot more technical and accurate now. But as things have changed over the one thing that hasn't is that even though you have so many choices, for some reason, I'll never understand it because I have absolutely no self-confidence. We have a lot of people that tune in, for example, to this program. And we have some people that tune in for all 4 hours. And that's not 1 or 2 people. We have a large group of people that are glued to this show, even if it's in the background, even if it's just while they're getting ready or whatever. They tune in for 4 hours. They take 4 hours of their day to pay attention to us. And when it's all said and done, when I go home at the end of the day, that is everything to me. It is everything to me. The things we talk about off the air, constantly trying to serve the listener, constantly trying to either hone our game or bring new things in for the listeners. It's incredibly important. It's not just words. It is the reason I do the job is we have a contract with you, and you listen, and our job is to take your head out of whatever for 10 minutes or 4 hours. And when I feel like, even though it's no one's fault, we're not fulfilling our end of the contract to the best of our abilities, I lose. I'm not right in the head until we are. It's just It's not a matter of a technical issue. I go home and I think we failed the listeners today. And I know somebody would say, that's too hard, relax. And it will, and it is. It is too hard, and it will work out, and we will be fine. But that's why when God bless Ryan, but when Ryan comes in and starts, whatever, or whomever it may be, like, I lose it. I lose it because, yeah, I know. And here's Campeo saying, I have nothing better to do. At least you're honest, buddy. At least you're honest. So here's the bottom line, and I'm not gonna spend any more time on this. We're going to figure it out. It's going, I am told, to be better. There are a lot of people here that work incredibly hard behind the scenes to do these things. And I very much trust them. I really do. I probably shouldn't. No, I very much trust them. Also, I see Bench Matthew in the chat. I think the most important thing is I've been glancing at the chat is that he's saying Knights of the Old Republic is on Switch. See, I've never played Knights of the Old Republic 2, which I've never played Knights of the Old Republic because I'm not a computer guy. I even tried to get on my Steam Deck. It doesn't work. I've always wanted to play that game because everybody says it's the best Star Wars game of all time.
Dork.
Even though it's like 30 years old now or whatever.
I know you like Harry Potter.
That's not, no. See, it's not Harry Potter, dude.
Oh, did you see our buddy?
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh, now I'm really pissed we can't show video. Matt George, our dear friend, over at where's he at?
Channel 10.
Yeah. Matt George unveiled a video. He has a full arm sleeve tattoo of the map of Middle Earth, dude. And I gotta lie, like, I respect the hustle, dude. He's a Lord of the Rings guy. It's not like it's a bad-looking tattoo. Like, I know what a map of Middle Earth looks like.
But
The
artist did an incredible job.
Incredible job. It's not the artistry. It's just like, yo, dude. And he's even got, like, the little, like, Gandalf scene where it's like, you shall not pass. Like, what are you doing, man? Come on, bro.
And he loves when you say, oh, you're a big Harry Potter fan. It's Lord of the Rings.
We should at some point talk to him about that. He's got a whole sleeve of Middle Earth, dude. I wonder if he's ever been to any conventions or anything. He has to have, right? He has to have. All right, we got a big show for y'all. It's a Friday show. Jason is traveling, or he has traveled.
Friday, gotta get down on Friday.
Dave Richard, CBS.
Ladies and gentlemen, my friend, Dr. Richard.
He, or as I wrote down, CHS Sports, apparently this morning. He will join us at 7 a.m. for your fantasy football questions as we're getting into the we're getting into the meat and potatoes of the fantasy football.
Overcommitter might have the comment of the week.
Overcommitter's there's a couple here, but the tattoo is a Marvin Bagley cover-up. I almost, when I tweeted out, I quote tweeted his video, and I almost tweeted down I almost tweeted out that is doubling down. Say what you want about Matt, dude. Matt's a total dork, but he owns it, and he will, whatever he commits to, whether I respected the Bagley thing. He will run himself, he will smash his face into a brick wall and leave a Matt George-like outline in the bricks like in the cartoons. He does not care, and I actually do respect that about him. Greg Papa will join us at 9 a.m. to talk about the Niners' big game this weekend as well. We got baseball highlights. We got Cam Scatterbo taking over the Big Apple. God, that was awesome. We got a lot to talk about. And then we'll get to, of course, Friday Fun and Games. And as I understand it, in the 9 o'clock hour, Jeezel's Barbecue is bringing in food. And what does that mean to you, the listener? Nothing at all. But we get fed, and that's what's important. Right here on Sacktown Sports.
For the latest from Kings training camp,
tune in to Sacktown Sports 1140.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. What's happening for the Drive Into Fall event?
When it comes to getting the right truck, options are important. So this month at Hoblet, you have two options that will save you thousands. Right now, save up to $9,000 off MSRP on the brand new 2026 Ram 1500 Crew Cabs. Or you can save thousands on finance charges with 0% interest for 60 months.
I'm sorry, did you just say 0% financing? I thought those days were long gone.
Not at Hoblet. We're always looking for ways to save you money. Plus, we have Northern California's best selection of Ram trucks with hundreds of new Rams available.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
9,000 total net savings on select new 2026 Ram 1500 Laramie after 6,000 factory rebates and 3,500 dealer discounts. Rebates include 2,000 select inventory bonus cash, 500 on the job upfit, must show eligible upfit. Special 0% for 60-month financing in lieu of rebates. No down payment required on approved credit. Must have 700 plus FICO to qualify. 1666 per thousand borrowed. 5% savings. See dealer for details.
If you've got a gas-powered engine, keep it running like new at every fill-up. Stable in-season protection is your engine's preventative medicine, cleaning and protecting the entire fuel system in season. In outdoor power equipment, prevent gum and varnish buildup that could cause a rough or non-running engine. For cars and trucks, increase fuel efficiency and power by removing deposits, ensuring your engine's long-term health. Stable outperforms the competition in independent lab testing. So at every fill-up, start with Stable.
Progressive's teen driver discount could lower the cost of insurance for your teenager and save you some money. And then you can still spend money on them. Because just when you think you have a grasp on spending, new sneakers. And then it's money for a school field trip. And of course, spending money. Oh yeah, and a new phone to replace the one they dropped in the toilet. Oh, don't remind me. So just get Progressive's teen driver discount. And then you can continue to spend money on them. Endlessly. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discount not available in all states and subject to terms and conditions.
Progressive knows road trips without your pet can be tough.
Hi, this is Next Stop Dog Boarding.
Hi, it's Scott again. How's Squeaks doing? You can tell if he's stressed by his eyebrows. Oh, and his breathing should sound like this.
Scott, Squeaks is exactly the same as last time you called.
Okay, let's talk in 20 to see if anything's changed.
With Progressive, your pet is covered up to $1,000 in vet bills in case of a car accident. So next time, you can take your pet with you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Coverage for dogs and cats is included with the purchase of collision coverage and subject to policy terms.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
When
I was a kid, I remember my dad, a lineman, leaving in the middle of the night. Families were depending on him to get their power back on to keep them safe and warm. Watching him taught me that this work isn't just about wires and circuits. It's about people and the trust they place in us when the lights go out. That's why I started Maverick Electric Heating and Air, to carry on that same promise of showing up, doing it right, and protecting families when they need us most. Visit callamaverick.com.
Footballs are flying. The days are getting shorter. Fall is officially here. Will your heater be able to get you through the winter? The heater at Whiteywood shut down last winter, so who did we call? Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating. We wanted somebody we could trust to do the job right and deliver great value, and Lee's came through. Check them out at leesair.com. Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating has built a reputation as the leading HVAC company in Sacramento. We've got a new HVAC system that works great, saves us money month to month. Find out how they can help you at leesair.com. License number 635355.
Safe or out? It's time to go around baseball. 3 pitches, 3 swings. It's safe or out on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Matt Mayoko had a conversation with Niners GM John Lynch yesterday. And Lynch said, quote, I'm having a lot of conversations, a lot of good and productive ones. If we find a way to make our football team better and it aligns, we will not be shy on pulling the trigger. That's what I want to hear. And to be fair, John Lynch is not, you can say whatever you want about his tenure. John Lynch has not been shy about making moves at all. So I would be, obviously, if people are asking for the moon, you don't want to force it, but I would be rather surprised if John Lynch did not make a move soon. TR wants us to go back to the 2-shot. Jason's not here. That's all I'm saying. All right. Safe or out? Question 1.
The Phillies were eliminated on a throwing error last night in L.A. Safe or out? That's the worst way for your season to end.
Yeah, so I saw, people were having this conversation. Strikeout looking. A walk-off home run by the other team. That is of the, okay, the worst way for your season to end would be for, a meteor to hit the field. Okay, but in the world of reality, I think it is. I think that is the worst way. And what sucks is that the Dodgers were almost certainly going to win that game regardless. I felt so bad because I've seen Steve Bartman and I've seen Bill Buckner. I've seen these things happen. We all have. And this kid Kerkering, who's 24 years old, he didn't want to do that. He didn't try to do that. He's having the worst day of his life. And nothing anyone says to the guy is going to make him feel better. I can't even imagine in this disgusting world we live in. I hope he's not on any form of social media, because his inbox is going to be just gross.
I don't know. Philly fans are really sympathetic
and here's the thing. I will tell you this much. And again, in this day and age, I know this sounds silly and stupid. If it was the Sacramento Phillies and everything was exactly the same, and I hate the Dodgers more than anything in baseball, and everything else was the same and this kid made the error, all I would be doing on this show today would be encouraging it. We would make it an actual show event. We might even we would find out when that plane lands, and we would do the show live out there if it was 6 to 10 a.m. And all I would want to do is organize a ton of fans to meet the team and to give this kid an ovation, chant his name, hold up signs. I feel like we're the type of fan base that would lift somebody up. what is it like when is it the Bills fan base
the Bills.
that they donate to if they go and beat a team, they'll donate to the quarterback's favorite charity,
especially if there's a mess up or something.
100%. I feel like Sacramento is the type of fan base that would absolutely lift up a player like that and be like, dude, if you'd have won, it wouldn't be only on you, and they lose, and it's not only on you. Everybody makes mistakes. You made one at the wrong time. We love you. Come on back. We're all in this together. We're a family. And by the way, I think I'm remembering this right. Wasn't it Philly that organized a standing ovation? Was it Chase Utley? This was 2 years ago, or Trey Turner. It was somebody. Maybe it was Trey Turner. Some high-priced free agent was in this ridiculous season-long slump. And I want to say it was Philly fans. It might have been a radio guy, actually, that did it, that organized a standing ovation when he came to bat. And it ended up helping turn his season around.
Trey Turner.
It was Trey Turner. Okay. You have the story right there?
Yes. The gesture was spearheaded by a fan movement and inspired a documentary about player mental health and fan support. After the ovation, Turner's performance improved significantly, and he helped lead the Phillies to the playoffs.
I love that. See, that is one. I'm glad they're doing a doc on it because
it is called The Turnaround.
It's not out yet, is it? It probably isn't.
I haven't seen it. No. Talking about sports and athlete mental health, there's one by Michael Phelps about Olympians and something that we always see them every 4 years. And it's just oh, wow, this is amazing. It's oh man, they didn't do out. And their whole thing is just it's just such a come down because you've been going your entire life for just this one moment.
That's right.
And then it's even when you're successfhere,
that's it.
You don't know what to do with yourself.
It's in a weird way, it's in any revenge movie you've seen where the revenge guy, where Inigo Montoya in Princess Bride, and he finally gets his revenge, and then it's I don't know what to do now. My entire life. And in the Olympics, it's dude, you worked your whole life since you were single digits to get to this point. In a lot of cases, swimming, gymnastics, you might have one Olympics to do it, where you're in that little tiny age group. And then whether you do it or, God forbid, you fall on your face, now it's I don't know what to do with the rest of my life.
Yeah, Michael Phelps is I'm a success story, and this happened to me.
Right. So, Philly, you have it in you, man. Be a great story, because last night the Flyers lost, the Eagles lost, the Phillies lost. You have it in you,
Maybe all
Philly.
the Philadelphia teams we got to lose one for this guy.
That would be great. Lift this kid up, man, please. It'd be the best story going in sports. Number 2.
The Mariners host the Tigers tonight in Seattle. Safer out. The resiliency of the Tigers may just be unbeatable.
Yeah, look, I picked the Mariners in the series. I'll still pick the Mariners in the series, but you have Tarek Skubal. I'm really... I think things like this matter, especially in baseball. Momentum is a huge thing. And you had the Tigers, as we all know, almost blow their lead. Then they come back and they beat Cleveland in the wild card, the team that they blew the lead to. Then you have them down to the Mariners, and they just come back. Now, if they go into Seattle and win today, now all of a sudden it's oh my goodness, is this one of those, this team has that special thing about them? They have the it factor. They're the cockroaches of baseball. You can't kill them. Toronto's already in. The Dodgers are already in. We'll see if we get another. Well, we will get another one tonight, as that's a Game 5. Game 5, they say, the most exciting thing in sports. Third down, base. Question 3.
Dave.
Yeah.
You wanted the Mariners versus the Brewers in the World Series. Safer out. They'll both be gone by Sunday.
Could be. Maybe. I'm going to say out, but I'm really worried about not getting both of them. That would really suck, dude, because then it's still, I don't, at that point then, for me, what would we be looking at then? It would be Cubs, Dodgers, who have both won World Series in the last 10 years. And then Blue Jays, Tigers. At that point, now I'm all AL. But I don't want any of those teams to win it as much as I want Milwaukee or Seattle to win it. So I'm hoping at least one of them's left. We shall see. We will take a break. When we come back, what a night for Rio Linda's Cam Scadaboo and the rest of the New York Football Giants, Jackson Dart included. What a fun game last night. I thoroughly enjoyed it. We got highlights and more for you next.
The only place you'll find Malik Monk is Sacktown Sports.
Oh my, what an athletic move that time by Malik Monk.
Hey Sacramento, it's Malik Monk and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Hey, get in. What? Who are you? I'm future you. Constipation with belly pain still coming back? Yeah. Mia, our doctor figured it out. She said it's irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, and Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Hi, this is Greg Papa. Disasters hit every day. If your home, business, or building has suffered from any disaster, SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to and letting your focus be on what's most important, your family or your business. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
I'm Scott Hansen, host of NFL Red Zone. Lowe's knows Sundays hit different when you earn them. We've got you covered with outdoor power equipment from Cobalt and everything you need to weatherproof your deck with Trex Decking. Plus, with lawn care from Scott's and, of course, Pit Boss grills and accessories, you can get a home field advantage all season long. So get to Lowe's, get it done, and earn your Sunday. Lowe's, official partner of the NFL.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you get coverage options based on how much you want to pay for car insurance. And then you decide how to spend the rest of your money, because you're in charge. Today, you're going to pay down your credit card bill. But you decide when you'll pay it. Before the due date, so those interest charges don't get you. But you decide if you pay it in full. But you definitely should, because again, interest charges. With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, we'll help you find coverage at a fair price. And then you're in charge. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
The Sacktown Sports 49ers Report is brought to you by Kia of Vacaville, located beside the Vacaville outlets. The 49ers win an absolute thriller in overtime over LA, 26-23, to improve the 4-1. San Francisco getting a critical stop on 4th and 1 at the end of the game with LA driving inside the red zone. Mac Jones is now 3-0 as the 49ers starting quarterback. The Niners are back in action in Tampa Bay. Catch the game Sunday beginning at 9 o'clock o'clock right here on Sacktown Sports 1140.
Football season is here at Kia of Vacaville. You can score big in a new 2025 Kia Niro LX with up to 53 MPG combined at Kia of Vacaville. Perfect for road trips, tailgates, and cruising to Levi Stadium in style and comfort. But don't wait. Inventory is limited at Kia of Vacaville, and these deals won't last long. Visit KiaVacaville.com or stop by right next to the Vacaville outlets for friendly service, easy shopping, and unbeatable value. All in one stop. Kia of Vacaville, where the adventure begins.
Game night in Sacramento? Light up your night at Revival at the Sawyer. This rooftop hotspot is where the city comes alive. Elevated vibes, stylish crowd, and the perfect view of the Golden One Center. Celebrate the wins, escape the chaos, and be part of the scene before, during, and after every Kings game. Revival, the place to see and be seen. When the final buzzer sounds, the energy doesn't stop. It just moves upstairs. Join fellow fans, stay close to the action, and make every Kings night unforgettable. Book your game day reservation at RevivalSacramento.com.
Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
Oh, what a night. Thursday Night Football, second week in a row. The upset happened. Remember, we had the Niners-Rams a week ago. And then you've got an angry Eagles team that hadn't lost. Everyone's so fond of saying, myself included, hey, Eagles have not lost since before Christmas of last year. And then they lose to the Broncos. And you have a Giants team that went into New Orleans that looked is as hapless as any team. I actually think the Saints are more hapless than the Jets when it comes to talent. And the Giants, I think, got out to a 10-0 lead in at least a 7-0 lead. I think a 10-0 lead against the Saints, and the Saints just boat raced them. So you have the Giants who just came off giving the Saints their first win of the year. And you have the Eagles that are angry and they want to make a statement. So what happens? Well, of course, not only did the Giants beat them, but the way Jason and we always do our power rankings, we do it as if, you didn't know what the Eagles or anyone did last year. It's only about what's going on this season. As the season goes on, they start to crystallize a little bit. If you didn't know, if you weren't a football fan and you didn't know the Eagles were the Eagles and the Giants were the Giants, that the Eagles were 4-1 and the defending champions and the Giants were 1-4 and perennially bad, at least in this generation, this wasn't fluky. This didn't look like this crazy fluke win. This looked like a dominant team, absolutely demoralized of not very good team. And the Eagles were favored by 8.5 at one point. And it's very difficult for me to feel bad for a big market. And New York is the biggest market. But it's just so weird that in the NFL, for a very long time, the second biggest market in the country, for the top sport in the country, had no football teams, Los Angeles. They had no football teams. For a long time, they had no football teams. And the biggest market in the country has two of the, in fact, I want to say, didn't I see a stat maybe over the last 10 years, the Jets and the Giants are the worst. They're the worst in the NFL. It's so crazy. I can understand like one New York team being bad, and New York always has the older brother, little brother, the Yankees to the Mets, the Rangers to the Islanders, the Giants to the Jets, the Knicks to the Nets. But for them both to be bad for so long. Now, I obviously remember when the Giants were very, very good. Peyton Manning's 2 Super Bowls and Jim Burt almost decapitating Joe Montana in the playoffs and on and on and on. It hasn't always been that way. But it's been that way for a very long time. I don't care if it's New York. I don't care if it's Oklahoma City. I don't care if it's Chicago. I don't care if it's Green Bay, whatever the size of the market is. There is something about seeing perennially bad teams hit a precipice where you go, this might be it. I'll take half credit. Preseason, I was fascinated with the Giants' defense. When they brought in Abdul Carter to go with Kayvon Thibodeau and Brian Burns, they've got some real pieces on that defense. I was very excited to see how that defense would function. I never mentioned the offense. But they go and they get Jackson Dart. Somehow 32 teams, including my San Francisco 49ers, saw Cam Skattebo at Arizona State and go, yeah, this is a fourth-round pick. I believe fourth round, fourth or fifth. I think fourth. And I was watching last night. I was so happy for Cam Skattebo. I was so happy for his dad, his brother, his mom, Becky. I was so happy for everybody in Rio Linda and Sacramento and Sac State. Like Cam Skattebo is ours. He is one of ours in Sacramento. And Campeo in the chat said, what did he say during the break? I saw. He said, will Dave interview Cam before the season is over? Well, I don't mind telling you. I texted him this morning. And I said, hey, what's up? Come on. Just come on the show and yell. Don't care. I'm sure he's probably sleeping in and a little busy. But I am efforting, and Cam's very good about getting back to me.
We're also friends with Jason Ross.
That's exactly right. Yes, we know Jason. So there's so many cool things, but what I loved more than anything is I love seeing these teams have these types of nights where the crowd was just going insane. Jackson Dart, by the way, can I say this on sports radio? I don't know if I can or not. I'm just going to say this. He is dreamy. I mean, he just looks the part, dude. Golly. The headband, the hair, the perfect pearly whites, the attitude, the eye black. He looks like he looks like a movie quarterback. And then you've got Cam Skattebo next to him, who is the real-life equivalent of Bam Bam Rubble. That's just who he is. He's Bam Bam. He just goes around and smashes things. He's like if Bam Bam and the Hulk had a baby. No offense to the Skattebo family. You know what I mean. I would love to actually have his mom and or dad on, because I'd love to hear, like, he mentioned in the post game last night about growing up and his brother was 6 foot whatever, and they'd go at it all the time. But I'd love to hear about, like, 3-year-old Cam Skattebo. Was he just, like, smashing headfirst into everything? Was he riding his little bike off of jumps and just crashing everywhere and loving it? Because this dude is he's just a football player of football players. He brings his lunch pail of lunch pail players. He's a guy that, as a football fan, it's not just because he's from Sacramento. He's so easy to fall in love with because he just smashes into everything. And watching him last night and watching Jackson Dart, I don't know if you had a chance, hopefully you did, to see the Thursday night post game. And the fans cheering, and these guys just having this, and I mean this with love and respect, we're too young and dumb to know better, so we're just going to go for it. We're crazy. We're loving it. Let's go. We can beat anyone. Screw you. And to watch the nation fall in love with Cam Skattebo, the only part of it that bothered me just a little, I can't help but wonder and imagine, how fun would it be to put Christian McCaffrey in the slot?
Oh, man.
And have Cam Skattebo getting the ball from Brock Purdy or Mac Jones and double. How fun would that be? And have him do it. I'm honestly not sure who his team is. I don't know if he grew up a Niner fan or a Raider fan or others. Something tells me a Raider fan, but I could be wrong. How fun would that be to watch? Hey, good for him. He's in the Big Apple. I love it. I love it. I love it. And later on today, we'll have, and by the way, Cam Skattebo fantasy owners love it too. My goodness gracious. But to see the Giants in the face of no way, this ain't happening, To see the Giants just put together drive after drive after drive. If Cam Scatterbo was a vehicle, you know what? He might very well be a Jeep Wrangler. Just climbing over everything. You take the top off of a Jeep Wrangler, no problem. Cam will take his top off. He did last night. Smashed into Ryan Fitzpatrick. That was such a football moment. Still time to get some adventure in during the Drive Into Fall event at our friends at Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. You can save up to $8,600 off MSRP on the brand new 2025 Jeep Wrangler Willys. I love how these modern Jeep Wrangler Willys are filled with the latest and greatest tech and comforts, yet they pay homage to the iconic past of the Jeep with huge off-road capability, distinctive exterior styling, and special interiors that you will love. It's like you're buying a modern-day piece of history. Once you get into one of the Willys, you don't want to get out. But whatever you're looking for, you can find at Hoblet. Check out their certified pre-owned super center with nearly 200 vehicles available and over 50 under $20,000. So whatever you need, it's at Hoblet right now. You search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable price. Unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period. We'll take a break. I'm told Scatterbo is a Niner fan. Okay, very good. When we come back, Dave Richards, CBS Sports. Get your fantasy football questions ready at 1-800-920-1140, 916-339-1140 for the texts on Sacramento's #1 Nielsen-rated sports show, Sacktown Sports.
Download the Sacktown Sports app.
Sacramento sports in your pocket. This is Sacktown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Fidium Fiber.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It's finally Friday. Stepping outside, it's quite cool for the morning. We get into the afternoon, expect to have mostly sunny skies, a light southwesterly breeze, and temperatures today down slightly. Plan for highs in the lower to mid-70s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
It's about time they
fixed that pothole.
Invented better windshield wipers.
Made an internet that just works. Fidium Fiber Internet, starting at only $30 a month. It feels like Fidium. Offer available to residential customers only. Terms and conditions apply. See Fidium.com for details.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Amateur players will be pleased to know that the USGA doesn't object to a friendly bet with your weekend foursome. Friendly bets include soft drinks after the round, hot dogs at the turn, or even a $2 Nassau, one of the most widely used bets in golf. It takes its name from the Nassau County Country Club of Glen Cove, Long Island, one of the many clubs frequented by the well-to-do in the late 19th century. As the story goes, matches between these clubs were often reported in the local newspapers, sometimes to the embarrassment of wealthy industrialists coming out the loser. The Nassau captain J.B. Coles Tappan then devised a format where the worst possible result could not be reported as anything more than a 3-0 defeat. In a Nassau, 3 equal wagers are placed on the first 9, the second 9, and 18-hole total. A $2 Nassau is sometimes referred to as a 2-2-2 bet. Some play better with a bet to keep their attention. Others are nervous at the thought of losing. Whatever your choice, golf is a game. Have some fun. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you get coverage options based on how much you want to pay for car insurance. And then you decide how to spend the rest of your money because you're in charge. And right now, you're going to pay for groceries. But you decide what groceries. Just keep in mind you're running out of dishwashing soap. But you decide if you're going to buy that soap. It's just those dishes won't clean themselves, will they? Remember, with Progressive's Name Your Price tool, we'll help you find coverage at a fair price. And then you're in charge. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age. making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
With 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip: if a firm presents as local but they're in LA, red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Sacramento. Buckle up. Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet is dropping one day of insane DeWalt deals on October 18th. Bare tools, batteries, and kits will be at insanely low prices. Spend $1,000 on DeWalt products and get $75 off your order instantly. Spend $100 and get a lotto scratcher with prizes up to $1,000 off your next order. That's one day only. October 18th at Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet, 6701 Power Inn Road. For more info, visit fastenersinc.net. Fasteners Inc. Better tools, better prices.
Hey man, gaining weight, dragging throughout the day, losing your drive? It could be your testosterone. The team at Revive Men's Health Sacramento gets men back on track with the energy and drive they've been missing. Meet Tyler, Revive Men's Health Director of Operations and witness to hundreds of success stories.
I've seen guys come in worn out, discouraged, and just not themselves. A few months into treatment, they're standing taller, speaking with more confidence. It's like watching someone come back to life. Like a light switch gets turned back on. When a spouse says, "Thank you, I really have my partner back, better than before," that's the moment it all clicks for me. And that's why I do what I do.
Since 2011, Revive Men's Health has helped more than 120,000 men regain their energy and drive. Start your story today with an in-clinic visit or a secure video appointment. Call 916-619-3000 now to book your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation. That's 916-619-3000. Or schedule anytime at revivemenshealth.com.
Live and local.
With everything 49ers.
Intercepted by Fred Warner. Dives for the end zone. Touchdown! San Francisco! La Paul George went up and caught the ball. Touchdown!
The 49ers play on Sacktown Sports 1140.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140. Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
On Sacktown Sports.
All right, so I guess Christopher Laud will be sitting in with Dave Richard this morning. Really? What is it? Et tu, Brute? I mean, it's one thing for I get it from Dave, but I gotta hear that. I gotta hear that on my own show after everything I went through last week. I guess we'll bring him in from CBS Sports. He's a D-bag, but he's our D-bag, and I love him. Unfortunately, Dave Richard. Go ahead, David. Good morning.
There's nothing for me to say that you didn't already know after the game on Saturday.
No, don't do that. That's worse. That's worse when you're pulling, like, I'm Sonny Liston on the ground and you're standing over me like Ali. You pulled the punch on the way down. Like, say something terrible.
You have a poor choice in college football teams to root for. You should switch to Southern Cal immediately.
I've told you I had no choice. I did not arbitrarily pick Florida State. That wasn't a choice. I was born into it. I had zero choice when it came to FSU. I'm stuck with them, dude.
I don't know if that's true. My parents are Cubs fans. I root for the White Sox. My dad is a Bears fan. I don't root for the Bears.
Really? You root for the White Sox and you grew up with...
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Not only that, they are my absolute guilty pleasure.
Wow.
How do you like them apples?
Interesting. Wow. I guess it's possible. That's got to be uncomfortable at the Thanksgiving dinner table.
No, not at all.
No, they don't care.
What's the conversation? Oh, the White Sox suck again this year. Yeah, they do, Dad. Pass the mashed potatoes.
Well, look, with the understanding that in our entire audience on this radio station, you and I are the only ones that care about this, I will say I was not surprised. I absolutely. I'm just kind of, if there was a bright side, it was losing to Virginia, because that made if we had been undefeated going into this game, I probably would have started believing in them, and then it would have crushed me. And I not for a moment, don't think I for a moment bought into that fourth quarter momentum. Like, I'm sitting there.
I was going to ask.
Nope.
I was going to ask you if maybe you did.
Nope.
I was going to say, did you think you had a chance at the end?
You remember Beverly Hills Cop, right?
Of course.
I use a saying out here all the time with our Sacramento Kings, who have a habit of getting their asses beat for three quarters, and then in the fourth quarter they go on this crazy run. They cut a 30-point lead to 8. Everyone's going crazy, and then in the final 2 minutes the other team gets hot and we lose. And I call those banana in the tailpipe games. I always say I'm not going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe, and that fourth quarter was a banana in the tailpipe fourth quarter. I'm watching it with my arms crossed, going, too little, too late, screw you, I ain't falling for it.
At least you knew it, though.
Knew it.
Because there are others who did fall for it and went, oh, maybe we've got a chance.
Nope.
You knew it. You are a seasoned football fan.
Been there.
Savant, I might even say.
Wide right, wide left.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a tough life as a Seminole fan. I'm surprised you stick with it like you do. But
well, listen,
it is what it is.
I got the Kings. I got the Knolls, who, by the way, have won 2 national championships in my lifetime, but still. Up until 2010, my Giants had never won anything. I haven't seen my Niners win since '94. You know, you got to be loyal, dude. These are all, by the way, if I was single and on a dating app, these are all green flags. Loyalty.
Right. That's a good point. You're preaching to the choir on this one. I just literally admitted on the radio that I'm my guilty pleasure is White Sox baseball. There's like 300 of us out there in the world that would say something like that. There's something else you said that I would like to bring up. With banana in the tailpipe, don't you feel like that happens in fantasy football?
Yes.
A lot?
Yes.
I literally feel like we saw that in Thursday's game.
Yes.
Last week, Theo Johnson. Like, this is just the most random example. Theo Johnson had a big game, scored 2 touchdowns, looked like he would be a primary target for Jackson Dart. And then last night, he had 2 catches, 27 yards. He had a drop on a kind of a tough catch in the middle of the field. And people that might have trusted in Theo Johnson are now left with the banana in the tailpipe because he didn't give them more than 4 fantasy points. And that's if catches count.
I feel like, if you ever watch Red Zone, when Scott Hansen says the witching hour, that could also be the banana in the tailpipe hour.
It could be, right.
I want to start with somebody that's making a lot of fantasy football owners very, very happy. And, he's got, as we've talked about, we are a very prideful town, Sacramento is. And when you list off Sacramento sports greats, whether it's Derek Lee, whether it's Dusty Baker, on and on and on. I shouldn't say on and on and on. Just on, not on and on. We don't have a ton. Cameron Scattaboo is not only did I feel like America really officially fall in love with him last night, but to do it in the Big Apple for a perennially bad team along with Jackson Dart and the rest of that squad, that was such a wonderful night for Sacramento and Rio Linda, where he's from specifically. But let's talk fantasy football value now, because I know you'll call balls and strikes on this. 3 touchdowns last night. He's been a great surprise for a lot of people who grabbed him, probably off the waiver wire, to be honest. But where are we? No, you think most people did?
No, he was drafted.
Okay.
He was drafted in a lot of leagues.
So where are we now when it comes to the running back rankings? And where does he rank? What I really want to know with other fast movers. Is he moving up as fast or more than anyone? Where are we at with him?
He's definitely moving up, and that usually happens whenever you have a big game on national TV, and it involves scoring 3 touchdowns. And there's no question, especially after last night, that he's going to be an important part of the Giants' offense, and that the Giants' offense isn't going to be as messy as it was in Week 5 when they turned the ball over 5 times, including Cam having the unfortunate fumble. But you saw it last night. This was Tyrone Tracy's first game back after injury, and Cam Scadaboo still played 71% of the snaps, 12 of 16 snaps on third down, and all 4 of the Giants snaps inside the 5. So he's got a locked-in, big-time role in that offense. But here's the best news of all. We've seen Scadaboo in games where the game script isn't so good. They're trailing, and he still comes through for fantasy managers, 14.4 PPR points in week number 5, 13 PPR points in week 4. So that's somebody who gives you kind of a safety net when it comes to fantasy football. You know that you can start him. You'll get in the neighborhood of a dozen PPR points. That might look like 6 or 7 points in a non-PPR league. But if he has a big game, Dave, Booby, it's going to be a massive one, and he helps you win. These are the types of running backs that we covet in fantasy football. Would I say he's one of the elite guys? Of course not. He's got a long way to go to earn that.
Yeah.
And I do have concerns about his running style and how that could lead to him missing time with an injury. But for now, if you've got him, play him, because he's got potential to help win your week in fantasy.
Yeah, you do worry about, and it's nothing to do with him. It's just the way he runs. You can't help but worry about, injury and concussions and all that. He really is, like I was saying earlier, he's like Bam Bam Rubble on a football field. And I was trying to think. Here's one. I'll put you on the spot because I can't. Who's a good comp? And I started, look, this is going to sound stupid. I started with Christian Okoye. But do you have a comp from the past that reminds you of Allstott maybe?
Yeah, that's the first name that came to my mind. And it might be a little too on the nose, but hammerhead running back who inflicts punishment on the opposing team, is a pain in the butt to take down, and can catch passes out of the backfield. He's got a little bit of Derrick Henry to him, to be perfectly honest with you. But Derrick Henry has never been the big-time pass catcher that Cam Scadaboo was in college and seems to be when the game script calls for it in New York. But those are the types – you think of those hammerhead running backs. You think of the tough physical runners that are going to pound defenses. And then just the fun wrinkle with Scadaboo is the receiving traits that he has.
He also, by the way, he can throw the ball. We haven't seen that yet. This kid can throw.
It'll
the ball.
happen. You're going to see it.
All right. So we put Derrick Henry, maybe a little Christian Okoye, Mike Allstott, dare I say Lendale White. We put all of them.
That's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair.
A little bit of a cauldron. All right. Well, good. What about now? Let's move on to Jackson Dart. I had the pleasure of playing somebody who started Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts with Jackson Dart on the bench, and I'm watching Dart.
Nice.
Yeah, thank you. But where are we at with? Obviously, we're not at a place where we can trust the guy, but I'm assuming he should be on everybody's roster as a backup.
We talked about that weeks ago. As soon as he was named the starter, he became somebody that was worth speculating on off the waiver wire. And there are always players. You can ask me every week who's somebody that we can speculate on, and I can give you a name. It won't always be a quarterback, but Dart was that guy after week 3 because I knew that he brought a lot of moxie, versatility, gunslinger mentality to the football field because I saw him do it at Ole Miss, saw him play in a bunch of different programs even before he got to Ole Miss. And though I thought he was rushed a little bit to get on the field, he's clearly proven to be comfortable playing in who could end up elevating to a number 1 spot. I don't like the matchup next week against Denver. Then he plays at Philadelphia. That could be tough again. But once he's through those 2 games, Green Bay, Detroit, those could be some tough ones left on the schedule. But he finishes with Washington, Minnesota, and at Las Vegas in the fantasy playoffs. Dave, what if Jackson Dart is the quarterback that you have on your bench now and then becomes your starter to win a fantasy championship?
Oh, man. What a great story. I said earlier, too, he's dreamy. I ain't going to lie. You can tell he's going to be a Hall of Famer. Just
I don't know. That's way too far.
You think so?
Come on.
Wait, Hall of Famer or dreamy?
Of course so. We have seen quarterbacks look great as a rookie, and then fizzle the rest of their career.
Yeah, I'm riding the train on this one though. Hall of Famer, great name too. I have a ongoing theory through the years too, Dave Richard, that you also have to have the right name. Like that for every Staubach and Roethlisberger, there are 50 Bradys, Mannings, Montanas. Jonathan Flergenberger does not make the Hall of Fame as a quarterback. But if you've got, and Jackson Dart, come on, man, that's Aaron Rodgers. They just fly off the tongue like it's a fairy tale. That's a Hall of Fame name, dude.
Dave, Fran Tarkenton?
I mean, you're going to pull out Fran Tarkenton on me.
It's a name. He's in the Hall of Fame.
By the way,
Is that a cool name?
No. I put that in the Roethlisberger category. Unitas. What a great name, Unitas.
I think Roethlisberger's an awesome name.
I'm not saying it's not. I'm saying it doesn't float off the tongue.
No, you got to practice it once or twice.
The text line, by the way, is very...
That's why we call them Big Ben.
That's right. The listeners are mad at us for not mentioning Peyton Hillis in our comparisons.
No, they're absolutely correct.
Yeah, they are 100% correct.
But hopefully Scadaboo's career does not go like Peyton Hillis, where he has one great year, he's on the Madden cover, and then he's on a milk carton because no one knows where he is because his numbers stink so bad.
Still a top 5 all-time nickname for me, though, the Avalanche, because he's white and he rolls downhill. I love that. Is still, to me, one of the great nicknames of all time.
That is a good one.
Let's see. Got some actual fantasy football questions from the text line at 916-339-1140. Can we trust that David Njoku is going to keep his momentum this week?
No, you can't trust that. You can hope for it. He's ranked as the 13th tight end for me this week, and he'll move up a little bit if Juwan Jennings does come back for the 49ers because that'll push down expectations for Jake Tongas. But yeah, one game with the new quarterback, it's great, but I wonder if Gabriel will even throw as much as he had to throw last week in what should be a grinding, slow-paced matchup against the Steelers. And the Steelers have been known to take down tight ends pretty well. Njoku had one great game against them last year, but in the first game against them, he didn't even have 5 PPR points. So I'd be a little nervous going with Njoku.
Kendrick Bourne or Chris Godwin?
I can't trust Godwin right now, and he might not even play, Dave. He's been on the injury report, hasn't practiced, and after he looked really good, like surprisingly good in Week 4, that was his first game back. Week 5, played against Seattle. He might have gotten hurt in the game. He really did not look anything like he did in his first game back.
I got a lot of questions about this guy, so I'm just going to kind of combine them. About half of the folks are wondering about Chuba Hubbard's status and matchup. The other half are wondering if even if he's playing, even if the matchup is favorable, as Rico Dowdle knocked a huge chunk out of his value.
He will if Dowdle has a big game this week against Dallas. I expect him to. I don't expect Chuba Hubbard to play at this point. And then once that happens, the Panthers should be encouraged to say, you know what, Chuba, take your time.
Right.
Rico's got it. We're good. And then when Chuba's ready to go, we will probably see one of those annoying backfield splits where running back is playing half the time and the other one's playing
Swift.
The other half. Yeah. You're never going to know which one to start. You'll never feel good starting either one of them. So I'm hoping that Chuba just takes his time and everybody else enjoys Rico Dowdle for as long as possible.
I was on the phone with our mutual friend Phil yesterday in the auction league I'm in, and he brought up a league I had not heard of. You've heard of every league. Are you participating or have you participated in a guillotine league?
Yes. I'm in one this year. I'm still alive in it. They are very different from typical fantasy leagues. They're fun.
They're
fun unless you get eliminated early.
Just so people understand, and please correct me if I get this wrong. You're playing in you're playing fantasy football, but the lowest scoring team for the week is eliminated for the year. You're done. You no longer have. It's like knockout. A knockout pool where you're picking the winner team-wise. This is knockout, but if you're the lowest scoring team for the week, your season is over. Is that correct?
And not only is that correct, but all of your players go into free agency, and all the remaining teams get to bid on your players They absolutely vulture over the carcass of your fantasy team. And so your players live on and start as you move forward, but your team as you know it, into dust. Forever.
That is psychotic. That is straight up psycho pants. So if for example, you're in a 12-man league, you're done by week 13, whatever it is, and then what happens? It's over. That's it. Middle of the season.
It's over.
Wow.
It's the last team standing.
Wow.
That's
insane, dude.
Yeah, and the whole point is just survive until you're down to maybe like the last 4 or 5 teams, and then you just hope that your team's good enough to score enough points to be the best each week.
Flex spot, Henderson or Kincaid?
It's Kincaid as long as he's healthy. He showed up to practice on Thursday wearing a red non-contact jersey. I haven't seen an update yet on Friday. But if he's active, you're starting him. He's been too good.
Quentin Johnson or it says McConkey. I'm going to go ahead and assume that's Lad McConkey.
Well, I mean, you never know if Biff McConkey is who he's talking about.
That's a Hall of Fame name.
Yeah. Hall of Fame long snapper Biff McConkey.
So great.
The only long snapper in the Hall of Fame.
The only one.
His bust is in a cabinet in the break room. So I still think Quentin Johnson is the best receiver for the Chargers, but I actually think all 3 of the Chargers receivers are in play this week, especially if it's PPR. I have no confidence in the Chargers run game, A, because they're down to Kamani Vidal and Hassan Haskins, and B, the offensive line is really not in great shape, and it honestly hasn't been in great shape for like the last 2 weeks. Now they're going to play without their second tackle and their third tackle. It just feels like a big mess. I would expect Justin Herbert to get the ball out quickly, and I would expect him to take advantage of the matchup against a very bad Miami secondary.
Speaking of that Chargers backfield, of those 2 you mentioned, is there one that stands out that for those?
Vidal is the one that I've picked up a lot of.
Okay.
I haven't spent a lot of fab to do it. Didn't do it with my first waiver claim. Probably will not start him. It's a week to discover and see what they do, because we know we've got 3 more weeks without Omarion Hampton at least. So if one of these 2 guys, or maybe it's Nyheim Hines, who ends up having a decent role in that backfield, you're just hoping that one of those guys ends up being a potential starter for you, probably by week 8. You know, talking about bye weeks, we mentioned it earlier when we talked about Jackson Dart. In week 8, Dave, there are 6 teams on bye.
Jeez.
And if you've got a bunch of players that have a bye in week 8, and you can see it on your fantasy lineup page, you should start trying to make plans now, if you haven't already, to replace those guys so you can at least have a decent lineup when you get to week 8.
Oh, my God. I'm so glad. See, it's not just the listeners. It's all of us that benefit. I'm looking at week 8 right now. Jared Goff.
You got like 4 guys that are on bye in week 8, right?
Goff, Montgomery, Nakua, Williams. Now, and Kyler Murray. I have 5. That's cool.
Yeah. So the first guy I would look for is Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, Trevor Lawrence, those types of quarterbacks, if they're out there. That's the type of quarterback I would try to get to just hold on to and see how they play this week before making a determination on week 8. Trevor Lawrence actually doesn't make the cut. He's on bye in week 8, so forget his name. Stroud, Bryce Young, maybe Tua. Those are 3 quarterbacks that are out there in a decent amount of leagues. You might be able to find them, stash them for a couple of weeks.
Last one here, Diggs, Dowdle, or Marvin Harrison. Nice flex, by the way, for their flex.
Yeah, nice job.
Geez.
Dowdle is who I would go with of the 3, and Diggs I have ranked higher than Marvin Harrison. And I'm not sure if Kyler Murray plays for the Cardinals this week. He hasn't practiced yet. Could be Jacoby Brissett at quarterback. Jacoby Brissett has a track record over his career of leaning on tight ends. It's something like a 30% career target rate to tight ends. That's really good for Trey McBride. Not so good for Marvin Harrison.
Where can people get this wonderful knowledge in an extended form from you today and this weekend?
You can go to anywhere where you get your podcasts from and search for Fantasy Football Today, and you can download and follow the podcast, and then you've got it in your ears. But you can also watch us on YouTube every single day. We are on there. We do 2-part start-sit episodes. We just finished the first one before I came on the air with you, Dave. And you can watch it for free, like and subscribe by going to youtube.com and search for Fantasy Football Today.
That's the interview. I like the way the interview ended more than I like the way it started. Dave Ritchie.
Me too. What a nice way to end a wholesome spot.
Yep.
I always love talking to you. And by the way, my son went to Tallahassee for the game.
Oh.
And his big takeaway was, Dad, I can't believe how loud it wasn't when Seminole fans did their chant.
Well, it seemed loud in the beginning. My daughter, as I've told you, is in the USC marching band, and they showed the whole open with the chop and the band and all that. And I said, this is what a real band looks like. And it was great in the beginning, fireworks, all that. But when you're down,
he said it wasn't that loud.
Wow.
Well, I don't think he was trying to throw shade. He just said that they didn't seem optimistic or enthusiastic. It's almost like they knew what was coming.
Can I say that I literally said 30 seconds ago, what a nice way to end the interview, the way it started, and you agreed. And then you actually threw in more shots at the end of the interview than you did in the beginning.
Would you say that this interview ended poorly?
I would say this interview ended like Cam Scadaboo crashing into the defensive line. Like, there's injuries. My head hurts. I don't know if I want to go on. I have 2.5 more hours of show to do.
Should you go on? I say no.
Have a good weekend, David. Yeah. Love you. Bye. Thank you. Dave Richards, CBS Sports. Terrible, terrible fantasy football advice, but I guess tune in. We'll take a break. When we come back, 3 for Madness. LeBron James is hurt. So I have questions. And also we'll have a preseason strategy question as well. We'll do it next.
Visit SacktownSports.com and join the Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter.
All right, let me tell you about Gonzalez Law. Jonathan Gonzalez, a lawyer in Sacramento, right here downtown. He's right in the heart of downtown. He's been here for a long time. He's one of us. He's in our community. I think that's important, too, when you're looking at, there's so many commercials on TV with faces of their company, and you're thinking, oh, that may be a name or a face that I trust. Well, when you call those companies, they're so big, and you're not going to get that person that you're maybe find that you're attracted to in a way that, like, I trust them. Well, how about someone that's here, that's been effective, that you can reach, that has done a fantastic job in our community? And that's Gonzalez Law and Jonathan Gonzalez at 916-304-9187, or go to sacklegaldefense.com. And he can help you in a variety of different things when you need representation. So if you're not sure, you're kind of wondering whether or not you might need some help, we'll call, find out. He'll know what to tell you and how to help you, and whether that's in a wrongful termination case, a sexual harassment case, criminal defense, car accidents, and expungement, something he's been specializing in for years, helping people kind of get back on track with things. So I'm sure you've got some questions. Go to sacklegaldefense.com or Gonzalez Law at 916-304-9187.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for
How can
Madness
you free your team from time-consuming office tasks? Amazon Business. Smart business buying tools enable buyers to find and purchase items fast so they can focus on strategy and growth. Free up your teams and focus on your future. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room with primetime football. It's back. Capital Casino is giving away $500 per game in high-hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game, offering the best food, best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region, and conveniently located at 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com, and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
Coming up at 8, we'll preview as much as you can preview a preseason game. Kings-Portland tonight right here on Sacktown Sports. More just in general, what are we looking for different? We'll get some baseball audio next. And Greg Papa, the voice of your San Francisco 49ers at 9 a.m., as he does each and every Friday. Always a highlight of the week. We're going to have some barbecue brought in around 9:30 from our dear friends at Jeezel's Barbecue. Friday Fun and Games, run by Chris Rillot. Also, shout out.
I better think of something.
Yeah, you better. You should.
Hey, I also should get some birthdays ready, too.
Maybe. Shout out to me, by the way. Last night was on my own for dinner, and did I make sloppy joes or something? No. Made Chinese food again, sort of. Black pepper chicken and broccoli beef. I am obsessed with velveting meat. I am. I've been marinating meat my whole life, and never have I used baking soda. Never have I used baking soda to do it, and it makes such a difference. My God, it's like a whole new world, man. So good. And you know what? So many leftovers when I get home, dude. So even after my son got home from practice last night and housed about half of it. Very excited. So shout out to me.
Also, black pepper wings from Fire Wings. Like,
forget about
that
it.
is a top 5 choice.
Black pepper, goat spice. Is there a better spice?
No.
I mean, I'm not counting salt either. I
guess that's just
salt's salt.
Salt is the free square on a bingo card.
Thank you. Exactly. Like, that's a whole thing onto its own. But I'm just saying, like, I think, like, look, there might be some garlic powder truthers out there. I know there's some Lowry seasoned salt, but I'm going to put that in salt category. Black pepper's just so damn good. Just makes everything good. Well, not ice cream. Well, maybe ice cream.
Maybe. Have you tried it?
I haven't, actually. I can see that.
Maybe.
Iron Chef. 3-River Madness. Question, Un.
LeBron James will miss 3 to 4 weeks with sciatica. Despite last week's hijinks, could this actually be his last season?
I have sciatica, man. I suffer from sciatica, and it sucks. And I'm not trying to say his and my sciaticas are the same. What I'm curious about is this, and I'm no sciatica expert other than I deal with it. And I've done the things with the heating pad and the ice. I've done the things where I, like my wife when she was pregnant, I put a pillow between my legs because I can't get comfortable, or I'm sitting in the spa, or the ibuprofen, all the things that anyone who has had the massage gun. I've had my kids, and I'm sure there's doctors out there saying this is terrible, but man, you'll do anything for relief. I'll have if I'm going through a real bad sciatica bout, I'll have like my son I'll lie down on my stomach, and I'll have my son stand on top of me, and he'll have like one foot on my right cheek and the other foot on my lower back on the side I have sciatica, and I swear it brings relief, dude. It really does. Almost anytime I fly, anytime I drive for a long period of time, I get it. What I don't understand, and I'd love for somebody who knows what they're talking about to explain it to me, is that the one thing I do know about sciatica is that I can't tell you when it's going to go away. It generally will get better and better, and then eventually you're done with it. But that can be quicker than normal, and that can take a long, long time. So when I hear that LeBron James is going to miss 3 to 4 weeks with sciatica, I find myself not saying, oh, poor baby, that's no big deal. It's terribly painful, not to mention trying to play, world-class basketball while dealing with it. But what I wonder is, how do they have that timeline? Like, how do they know it's not going to be in a week? I've had it go away a lot quicker. I've had horrible sciatic pain going all the way from my back, through my cheek, thigh, all the way down to my ankle. And it's almost unbearable, and I've had it go away in like 3 or 4 days. And then I've had sciatica that just bothers me. And in fact, right now I'm dealing with it from that drive down to L.A., and it's like here for a month. Shut up. So what I'm getting at is this. Does he really have... Is this really a thing, or is this Trent Williams not participating in any training camp over the last 8 years? Is this we're going to reserve LeBron James? He's an old man now. We're going to let you miss camp in the start of the season. You already keep yourself in great shape. And it's a lot better than LeBron James is just going to sit out because we're reserving him, which ticks off all the thing that sucks. They say he might miss the first 2 weeks of the season. Okay. Well, here's the thing, especially if this were going to be his last year. We'll get to that in a second. Well, now all of a sudden, let's look at that. That means he'll miss Minnesota and Golden State. Or excuse me, that's at home. So he'll miss the Kings on the 26th. He'll miss Minnie and Memphis. And he'll miss Portland. These are road games. I guess the only one that would it's the Eastern Conference ones that matter because he'll only go there once a year. It's their only chance to see him. So if he's back, say, by November 8th against Atlanta and then the 10th against Charlotte, people might feel a little bit better. Between the 8th and the 15th, he's going to go to 3 cities where it's his only appearance for the year. And that matters to kids. I guess the other question I have is, I guess, hey, can you mute Ryan again, please? I guess the other question is not is he going to retire necessarily, but is this also giving Luka Doncic a chance to kind of take over the team? At every point, someone's got to be a second banana, Scottie Pippen to the Michael Jordan, I don't know if you'd say a Kevin McHale or whoever to a Larry Bird, James Worthy to a Magic Johnson. Now, having LeBron James as the second banana is weird sounding because it's LeBron James. But also, LeBron's been playing for 90 years. Interesting. Is this actually his last season? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think LeBron would announce it. I think LeBron would announce it. I think he'd do the tour.
I think he has to do the tour.
I agree. And
I want to say Adam Silver's probably had a conversation with him hey, just let us know when, and we will take care of everything.
That's right. And some would say that are not LeBron fans. I think my friend MC in there would say, of course he's going to announce it. He wants all the accolades. And by the way, I won't even argue that. Let's just say that's a thing, and his ego wouldn't let him just go out. Okay, but also the fans would want that as well.
LeBron James is as big a fan of LeBron James as LeBron James fans.
That's right. So it would be a disservice to the fans who would want, and it would be just like with Kobe. Every road game the Lakers played in would be a massive, massive ticket. Huge, huge, huge dollars. I don't think he's just going to sneak off. So, no, I don't think this will be his last season. We shall see. Number 2.
Question 2.
If Magic and Larry passed the torch to Michael, who passed it to Kobe? Who passed it to LeBron? Who does LeBron pass it to?
I thought a lot about this last night. I don't know. I can tell you nominees. Is it Anthony Edwards? Is it Victor Wembanyama? We've always had a pretty clear passing of a torch. And when I say always, I mean since, for the last 45 years. I don't know that there's a clear cut. And people are going to throw out names, but I would just challenge you to say, are you sure? Shai Gilgeous-Alexander? All I'm saying is think about Magic and Larry to Michael Jordan to Kobe Bryant to LeBron James. These were all clear-cut people to take the torch. Clear-cut. There was no question that these guys were the biggest faces in the league. Who's the face of the league right now outside of LeBron? That's young. I mean, you can say Kevin Durant. I don't know who it is. Now, we need that time to develop too, because Kobe wasn't Kobe back then. He wasn't full Kobe with all the superpowers. So we might be sitting here, 15 years from now on the Victor Wembanyama retirement tour going, oh, of course it was Victor Wembanyama. Duh. I would say at this point, if there was a leader in the clubhouse, it would be Maxime Reynaud. But I understand people might argue. It might be Nick Clifford. Yeah. Number 3, please, real quick.
Question 3.
Do you believe in more minutes so that starters can mesh, or less minutes to conserve them?
I would say, and we're out of time, but I'll give you the quick answer. I would say it 100% depends on the team. I would say Oklahoma City can play their starters for 5 minutes. They're playing them in the early 20s just to get them stretched, but you can play your starters for 5 minutes. They know what the hell's going on. The Boston Celtics, again, if they had Tatum, same thing. For the Kings, that's a tougher one. I would be playing them because they know or they need to mesh full time, but we already knew this was the starting lineup back in June. There's no question there. So I think it highly depends on the team, and I think the Kings are in a little bit of a different position. We'll take a break. Quick baseball talk when we get back. We have another CS entry, this time into the NLCS. We got a couple of Game 5s going on, but we got 2 games to recap from last night. We'll do that after this.
The Drive Guys, weekdays 2 p.m. to 6 p.m.
on Sacktown Sports 1140.
What's happening? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. What's happening for the Drive into Fall event?
It's not just leaves falling at Hoblet. Prices are falling like never before. And right now, save up to $13,000 off MSRP on the brand new 2025 Ram 2500 heavy duty of your dreams.
Really? Of my dreams?
Yeah, you won't find a better selection of Ram heavy duties at prices like these anywhere in California. We have hundreds of new Rams available and more arriving every day. There's a reason we are consistently one of the top Ram dealers, not just in California, but in all of the United States.
Come see the Hoblet difference and get that big city selection and savings with the small town feel. Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
13,000 total net savings on select new 2025 Ram 2500 Laramie after 4,500 factor rebates and 8,500 dealer discounts. Rebates include 2,000 select inventory bonus cash, 500 on the job upfit, must show eligible upfit, 5% savings. See dealer for details.
Progressive's Teen Driver discount could lower the cost of insurance for your teenager and save you some money. And then you can still spend money on them. Because just when you think you have a grasp on spending, new sneakers. And then it's money for a school field trip. And of course, spending money. Oh yeah, and a new phone to replace the one they dropped in the toilet. Oh, don't remind me. So just get Progressive's Teen Driver discount. And then you can continue to spend money on them. Endlessly. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discount not available in all states and subject to terms and conditions.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at VaxAssist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
When I was in Iraq, our convoy was hit. It was bad. After I came home, I could still hear booms and see tracer fire. Makes it hard to be a good mom.
As America's veterans face challenges, DAV is there.
I'm Naomi Mathis, Air Force veteran.
With the right support, more veterans can reach victories, great and small.
With help from DAV, I was able to begin to heal.
DAV provides a lifetime of support to veterans of every generation, helping more than 1 million veterans each year.
Today, I'm part of DAV. We're veterans helping veterans to get the benefits they've earned. And I give my veterans my all.
But there's more to be done and more victories to be won.
My victory is being able to be here for my children.
Naomi Mathis, thank you for your service. May your victories inspire many more. Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code DRIVER to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code DRIVER for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code DRIVER for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
In the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Welcome back. You'll never guess who's on my Facebook Messenger. You'll probably start getting ones too. Chat guidelines. Maybe we should revisit them real quick for you YouTubers. Sorry for everybody else listening. Love you. Love you very much. Want you to chat. Want you in there. Don't even care if you don't chat about the show. I understand that. Ego is in check. There's other things going on. That's what I love about the chat community. You can chat about the show. You can chat about whatever's on your mind. Independent of the show. There's no problem with that. Just, just stop whining constantly. Ryan got muted because Ryan was whining again. And I let it go the first time, but I learned a valuable lesson yesterday, and then it was about somebody talking about him, and then he did it again. I learned he was going around. I learned a value. Just, that's why I just told him. It's not that serious, dude. Come in, chat on the show, get off the cross. Just knock it off. You're not a victim, dude. It's a sports talk radio chat. Stop, just eliminate whining. I get to whine. It's host privilege. I get to be a whiny little baby. We have enough whiny babies on this show. I'm enough of a whiny baby for everyone.
And thankfully, Jason gives us his whininess for us to use.
Thank you. And don't go texting Chris later. It's like this group of appeals. It's like the circuit court. Okay? Your appeal gets rejected, and then you go to the... Dude, it's a sports talk radio chat room. Calm down. All right. See, now you have Drew mad. Drew's in the chat. Says, can we get a Kings topic, bro? I swear every time I tune in, it's some BS being discussed. I actually can't even get mad at that text, but it does make me want to talk about more BS. I was going to talk Kings in this segment. Drew, I was going to talk Kings. I had it all laid out. But now, you ruined it for everybody. You ruined it for everybody, so we're going to talk baseball. Here's Ian Happ of the Cubs.
The stretch by the right-hander Peralta. The pitch. A swing and a drive. Deep right field. It's got a chance. Gone. 3-run homer. Ian Happ. Cubs lead 3-0.
Yeah, Cubs lead 3-0, and my goodness gracious, Cubs did it all with power. Here's Kyle Tucker.
Here's the stretch and the 2-1. Fly ball, deep left center. This ball's got a chance. Gone. Kyle Tucker with a home run. Cubs lead 5-0.
Okay, so we're just going to do homers, Michael Bush says.
Here's a high fly ball, deep right center. Back toward the wall. It's got a chance. Gone. Michael Bush has done it again.
Michael Bush has done it again. Phillies. By the way, the Cubs win, and the Cubs move on to a game 5 with the Brew Crew tomorrow. Now, the one that's on the lips of everyone in baseball land, Phillies, L.A. Phillies up against the wall. They were down 2-0, lost both home games. They go to L.A. They get game 3. Very tight game in game 4. Nick Castellanos, something bad must have happened yesterday. He had an RBI double.
Castellanos waiting. Sheehan kicks the pitch. Swing and a smash. Just fair. Down the left field line. It's a base hit. In to score is Kepler. Casti is headed for second. He's in there with a head-first slide. A go-ahead double for Nick Castellanos here in the 7th.
Okay, so let's move over to the Dodgers. John Duran walks in Mookie Betts.
This is what Mookie Betts lives for. Bases loaded. Full count. The payoff pitch. Upstairs, ball 4, tie game.
Okay. We're now in extra innings, and this is where the thing happened. Bases loaded, comebacker to the mound. Here's the Dodger call.
Heart rates through the roof. The 0-1 pitch. Pages grounds it back to Kerkering. He can't find it. He throws home. It's wide. Kim scores. And the Dodgers are going to the championship series. Fireworks go off in center field. The Dodgers celebrate near first base on a ground ball back to the pitcher. Andy Pages somehow gets the job done.
Okay. Here's the way the Phillies announcers saw it.
The 0-1. Swing and a broken bat. Comebacker. Kerkering knocks it down. Picks it up. Throws wildly home to the backstop. And the season is over. The Dodgers rushing out past Orion Kerkering, who stands with his hands on his knees, bent over.
Orion Kerkering.
I hate that I allowed myself to believe that the Phillies could win.
Did you believe or did you hope?
I hoped.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was at. I did not believe it because the Dodgers are stupid. But I did really hope, hey, force a game 5 in Philly. You're into that Dodger bullpen. This could work. This could work. I feel so bad for that kid. I feel so bad for him. And I would play his I would play his interview afterwards, but I don't want to cut it up. There's some, swears in there, but man, he was candid. He was heartbroken. He was crushed. And it's like, dude, you win as a team, you lose as a team. It was a mistake. Mistakes happen all the time in games. That just happened to be the one at the end. And I'll say what we said earlier. I truly hope this is a really cool opportunity for Philly fans to do something cool. Lift him up, applaud him, support him. And I don't think that's soft, and I don't think that's everyone gets a trophy. I don't think it's that. I think nobody in the world feels worse about this than he does. And I think it's a really cool way. Look, there's also another model, which is you support this guy, other people are going to see that. Other free agents down the road there's a business end to it. Other free agents can say, I want to play there. I want to play there. I want to play for that fan base. You have the opportunity to do something very cool. So do it. Also, I'm kind of with everybody else. First off, the man on base from the walk, that was a strike. To me, that was a strike. No, missed the call on strike 3. Secondly, did we ever establish if, I forget who the Dodger was that scored, did we ever establish, did they touch home plate? Because the replay sure as hell looked like he did not. Which, you know, I was watching the football game, if I'm being really honest, so I just saw highlights at the end. I'd switched over to the football game, and I missed the ending of Phillies Dodgers. But I saw a lot of the camera angles, and it sure looked like he missed it, unless there's an angle that I didn't see. I'm looking at one right now, and it clearly looks like you can see space between his right foot, the Dodger player. You can see dirt between his right foot and the plate, and then he just kept going. And if he never went back and touched the plate, I have serious questions.
He did go back and touch the plate.
Did he go back? Well, then why the hell did the catcher hold on to the ball yet? Didn't he, or did he go past him?
It went past him.
Okay. All right. Well, then there's that. Well, then that ends that. Oh, God. Okay, see, I missed when he went back and touched it. Okay. We'll take a break. When we come back halfway through the program, we'll get to, hey, here we go for our guy. We'll get into the Sacramento Kings. Now, if everybody behaves.
Kings, if you're really good.
If you're really good, we'll have a full half hour of nothing but Sacramento Kings when we get back. And I'll give you some ways to prep for it. What would you like to see tonight differently? And please don't be like, oh, a win. And we'll take a look at Portland as well, because I think it's important for us as Kings fans to take a look at Portland. And we'll do that next.
Tomorrow, the 49ers take on the Bucks.
Kickoff at 10 a.m.
The 49ers play here. Sacktown Sports, 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Just announced, Stockton Honda has been named #1 of California's best car dealers in 2025 by USA Today and Statista. This prestigious award is based on thousands of customer reviews and recommendations, ranking dealerships for service, value, and satisfaction. Out of hundreds evaluated, Stockton Honda is proud to be #1, recognized for all-around excellence and commitment to our customers. Visit Stockton Honda, where reputation meets the road.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave here, talking to you about my good friends at American Energy Heating and Air. Now, they are upgrading their offerings to you to include plumbing, bringing that same expertise and experience into the plumbing space. They're no longer just heat and air. They're now your American Energy home pros. And you've heard me talk about them for years as your second opinion partner. Now you can still get a second opinion on any HVAC service or replacement. But now you can also get a second opinion on any of your plumbing services. And when you really think about it, how do we know how much it's supposed to cost? At the very least, you'll know you're in the ballpark, and I can all but guarantee you they'll beat the price. They'll come out for free. They'll give you a second opinion. And all you got to do is give them a call, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable.
For over 90 years, Hagen Oaks has partnered with the biggest brands in golf to bring cutting-edge technology to your game. Our one-of-a-kind total game fitting offers a level of experience and precision that is unmatched. From driver to putter, footwear to golf balls, our TrackMan-powered performance studios, 3D footwear scanner, and Ping's Ballnamic ball fitting kiosk ensure every piece of your gear is tailored to your swing. Trust the experts at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Total game fitting starts here.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacramento's official home of the 49ers.
San Francisco.
Sacktown Sports, 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then
boom, with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Jason is traveling with Sac State. Jason will also be, I think, remote Monday for flu-like symptoms.
Stinky.
Yeah. By the way, Chris, probably shouldn't do this on the air, but it actually just occurred to me. We have a potential issue on Monday because I have to be at Granite Bay Golf Course at 9:45 for that golf tournament. We may have to get a little creative with, if Jason's doing the show, what am I talking about?
That'll be cool. Yeah. But if for some reason there's unforeseen problems, get ready for 5 hours with Alan Stiles. Let's see if he's listening.
Poor Jason. But hey, it is, look, we got the audience we have is predominantly male, and prostate cancer and prostate health is a real thing. And do what Jason does. Get checked and do all the stuff you got to do. And, Kings Portland tonight, speaking of colonoscopies. We'll have all the coverage for you right here on Sacktown Sports. I'm joshing. Relax. I have questions. By the way, currently in China, the Suns are up 132-127 on the Nets in overtime. God, does that suck? Not only are you all the way over in China, but you're in an OT. Like, there shouldn't be OT in the preseason. Just everybody shake hands. It's like the one time it's okay to have a tie. What are you doing OT?
Or 3-point contest.
Right. Yeah, Dylan Brooks playing 27, Grayson Allen 29, Devin Booker 27. Wow, I wonder how many times the Nets have been over there. When I went to China with the Kings back in, was it 2013, 2014? They were the team that the Kings were playing. Still remember those chants of Brooklyn. And the thing I took out of that trip more than anything, I've talked about this before, is I've always been a huge fan of Kevin Garnett's when he came out of high school, played for the Timberwolves. And I was really, and some things are out of context, but dude, that whole trip over there should have just been called the Kevin Garnett Tour. Like, it was like Kevin Garnett was the Beatles in China. It was insane. And I happened to be, we all were staying in the same hotel, and I happened to be out on the team bus every single time the Nets would come out. And I never saw Kevin Garnett stop and sign. It really disappointed me. Every time he had his hoodie on, his headphones on, walked straight into the bus. It's like, come on, man. Now, maybe he had a signing session I didn't know about, but I probably watched him 4 to 6 times. Just walk right past these delirious fans. And he never signed. I was sad. When you look at Portland, they're interesting because I'm not quite ready to call them a potential model of what I'd like to see the Kings do. And when I say that, it's because Portland last year, for example, finished the year 36-46. They were 3 games out of a play-in. But I can tell you this with absolute certainty. I would probably, no, I can't say absolute certainty. I'm sorry. I think there's a large part of me that would take the Blazers roster for the Kings roster straight across. Now you're going, what? Are you crazy? Are you nuts? What are you doing? You've gone round the bend, pal. Well, I would say this. Without knowing what Maxime Reynaud or obviously Nate Clifford are going to be, and with apologies to Keegan Murray, I don't think there's a player on the Kings I would take over Shaedon Sharpe. I love Shaedon Sharpe. And he's 22 years old. He won't be 23 till May. Last year, averaging 18.5, 4.5, and 2.8. And the guy is just, he may be the most athletic player in the league. If not, he's in the conversation. I love Denny Avdia. I wanted the Kings to get him when he was available. 24 years old, won't be 25 till January. 17 points, 7.5 boards, 4 assists a game. And he just continually gets better every year. And I think he's going to be a very good player for a very long time. So you have 2 young guys right there that you can 100% plug in as pieces of the future. Then you get to a great story, Toumani Camara. It's like Alvin Kamara, but spelled differently. 11.6 boards, 2 assists, but he is already one of the best. In fact, they just did a GM poll, and I think he was top 3 in on-ball defenders. He is an absolute perennial defensive player of the year candidate. They added Donovan Clingan last year with the 7th pick in the draft. It's way too early to tell. 7'2", 280 pounds, gave you 6.5 points and 8 boards last year in his rookie season. I don't know what he is, but I do know that he's 21 years old. He won't be 22 till February, and he's 7'2", 280 pounds. Drew Holiday, whatever, fine. I mean, he's obviously a great player, but not a part of the future. I think Drew Holiday is on the Tutor the Young Kids tour. Matisse Thybulle, another guy I wouldn't have mind plugging into the Kings at some point, purely for defense. Obviously not the greatest player. Jeremy Grant's probably, at this point, trade fodder. And I also don't know what Yang Hansen's going to be. The rookie, 16th pick in the draft, 7'1", 260, and how they're going to work Donovan Clingan and Yang Hansen. But what I would say is, when I say I would probably take the Blazers roster, and for people to, over the Kings, and for people to go crazy on me, is I would say the Blazers have a clear-cut youthful core with a lot of talent between Sharpe, Avdia, Clingan, Camara, and Yang Hansen. I don't know how good some of those guys will be, although I do think Shaedon Sharpe's going to be a star. But I do know that young core, at least on spec right now, is better than our young core. And then on top of that, the Blazers actually have a slightly higher payroll than the Kings, by just a couple spots. But when you look at their salaries and how they're broken down, they have $64 million a year tied into Drew Holiday and Jeremy Grant. And I think those are both eminently tradable players. So I think when you look at everything below that, they've got a lot of room. By the way, I didn't include Damian Lillard in there either, because again, I don't think Damian Lillard's part of the. I don't think he's part of the future. Obviously, there, but it's a good story. Again, I think what they're doing in Portland is very important. I think when you look at that roster and you're able to add in Lillard and Drew Holiday, I think what you've got is you've got a couple of guys that are absolute, I know this term is overused, but they're absolute professionals. They're respected incredibly by other players in the league, especially Dame. And they're guys that you want there you need to have those long rides on the bus conversations. You need to have those examples in practice. You need to have kind of that iron sharpens iron. And hey, if he's doing that and he's a Hall of Famer and they're both Hall of Famers, then I should be doing that type of thing. So I think Portland's an interesting look because I'm not as high on them this year as the Spurs. Sorry, I think the Spurs will make the leap this year, health permitting. Oh, by the way, I like Duop Reith as well, but he's not. I get it. But I think the Blazers might be a year or two away. But that's where I personally, and I think a growing number of our fan base now, that's what I would like to see the Kings go in that direction. I was having a really interesting conversation about Zach LaVine with a guy on Twitter and how it is a very interesting spot for Doug Christie to be in. Because until somebody corrects me, based on everything I've heard, I'm just going to openly start saying that LaVine and DeRozan are two players that they're looking to move. I will not take arguments on that. I've heard too much. And it's a very difficult position for the team to be in because they don't want to broadcast that they want to move them. It's disrespectful to the players. But if you think they're not looking for opportunities to move both those guys, you're wrong. And if you think that there aren't conversations going on with agents and GMs and all that, like these guys know. They know that, and they're also pros. Zach's a phenomenal player and a great pro, and I don't need to say anything about DeMar DeRozan that hasn't already been said about his professionalism. They're going to play their asses off. They're going to do their thing. But I think ultimately, and I don't want to speak for them, but I can't imagine a situation where they wouldn't rather be somewhere else, especially on a contender, where they're part of the long-term plan. Those guys are not part of the long-term plan here. And the only question I have is Domantas Sabonis part of the long-term plan? And I think ultimately when it comes down to it, because of the immovability, at least perceived immovability, if that's even a word, of Zach LaVine, Domantas Sabonis may be the guy caught in the crossfire that ends up getting moved because he probably has the most overall trade value despite that contract. I think there's other teams out there that wouldn't mind having a perennial rebounding champion who can get you 6 assists and 20 points a game that's locked up. I also think DeRozan is very movable. I think at some point, I honestly am surprised he wasn't moved this summer. I really, really am. And I don't imagine it's going to take that long for some team that needs some go-to scoring help from a guy that can play at the 2 or the 3 and is instantly going to fit into a locker room. Well, I don't imagine, if I had to lay odds, I would say DeRozan's the first one to go. So what do I want to see tonight out of this team? I want to see if a couple days of coaching and maybe a practice or two, probably one practice, let's be honest, and a walkthrough today, has made any sort of a difference. Or are we going to see the same thing? Look, the Blazers are every bit the Raptors, talent-wise, and I would say are more athletic than the Raptors. So I don't know. I'm not trying to predict a preseason game because we don't know what the hell the rotations are going to be, and it's preseason. It's goofy. I'm not going to worry about the score. I would far rather see the Kings lose by 15 and play competent defense from the starting five. And, yeah, I'd like to see competent defense from the bench and from the third unit, but I can forgive them a little bit more. They're not going to be getting the minutes the starters are getting, and they're also more prone to mistakes. But I want to see the starting five. I thought Schroeder came over here because he'd pick up the defense 94 feet. Keegan Murray was the one guy that, and I'm not going to fault Sabonis that much, but Keegan played good defense. Sabonis is Sabonis. He's gonna give you average defense. The real problem is that can you play, and I don't mean disrespect by this, but can you play defense? Can you be a good defensive squad when 40% of your starters are absolute turnstiles? I'm not looking to DeRozan or Levine for any defense. And I haven't seen any proof or any indication that they can play defense or they will play defense. You know? (916-339-1140). Can I ask a question? What is considered the long-term plan when the Kings continue to be owned by Vivek? To me, the long-term plan seems to change based on the mercurial whims of the owner. I will root for the team and cheer, but there is no hope. I've heard that. I've heard that a few places. I don't know how to answer it because I don't know what to tell you. If you go on the what is past as prologue, then yeah. But I also hold out hope that the Mark Cuban factor comes in. And, Mark Cuban was not a great owner basketball-wise to start out. But he figured it out. He figured out what to do and what not to do. Yes, if the front office is... And I also feel a little bit better because right now, and I say this on October 10th, Scott Perry doesn't strike. He strikes me as a guy that could have a job in other front offices, whether it's a GM or not, I don't know, but he's an NBA lifer. He's got connections everywhere. You got to remember, who have the general managers of the Sacramento Kings been in the Ron Adive era? Pete D'Alessandro, rookie. Vlade Divac, rookie. Monty McNair, rookie. All three guys coming in, being a general manager for the first times in their career. So there's not a lot of cojones that go with that job. Scott Perry's the first GM in this era we've had that has been a GM elsewhere. He comes from New York, dealing with James Dolan. And James Dolan makes Vivek Ranadive look like Peter Holt of the Spurs. I'll take Vivek every day and twice on Sunday over James Dolan. Yes, I'm fully aware the Knicks are very good right now because James Dolan took his face out of the ball game there. But I think it's important for people to understand that, feel that way. If you are trying to be a little optimistic and a little bright side, is that Scott Perry's the first non-rookie GM of this era. That is not a point that should be lost on people. I think Scott Perry's the type of guy, from all I hear, there's a great relationship there. But I think Scott Perry's the type of guy that's not afraid to be like, yeah, I can't do that. All due respect, sir, I can't do that. That's not a move I support. And hopefully that's how it is. Now, is Scott Perry a good GM? I don't know yet. I do not know. Neither do you. So That's the best I can do to answer that question that nobody wants to answer. Is that, Scott Perry will be insulated enough to have complete autonomy when it comes to moves, which we did not have last year. And then on top of it, now he's got to make the right moves. He's got to draft the right people. So far, what have we seen out of Scott Perry? We've seen him create a first-round pick. We've seen the Jonas Valanciunas move, which I didn't like, but I also don't think that that's a deal killer. And we've seen them draft Raynaud and Nate Clifford.
That Valanciunas deal is a little weird, too, because it sounded like he wanted to go back to Europe.
Yeah.
And Denver basically said no.
and exactly. And as we talked briefly about yesterday, for all we know, those pressures were coming from within as well. I think also the Valanciunas move was probably a precursor as they were trying to get Kuminga and possibly Russell Westbrook and creating move in space, which they saved money on that move. And no, it's not ownership cost cutting. I don't think they care about $4 million, the difference between Eubanks and Valanciunas or whatever. That's not cost cutting. That's a line item.
About 15 years ago, we saw cost cutting, and it's nothing like this.
It's absolutely nothing like this. This is not what it looks like. So I've seen Scott Perry make one move that I wasn't incredibly hot on in Valanciunas, but I can forgive. I've seen him make the Dennis Schroeder signing, which I don't know, man. It's like ordering a glass of milk with dinner. Like it's not exciting, but it's milk. And I've seen him. I like what he did to create that first round pick. And I do have some excitement about Nate Clifford and Maxime Raynaud. Now, time will tell. And also, who's the kid? Who's the kid that had the great dunk out of Auburn for the Kings in that last game? Dylan Cardwell, excuse me. That might get interesting. Because Dylan Cardwell's calling card, was the defensive stud at Auburn. And Auburn is one of the, if not the best defensive team in college basketball last year. So out of Dylan Cardwell, and old schoolers will get this one a little bit, I'm hoping that Dylan Cardwell is Robert Woodard III with a little offense. When we got Woodard III out of Mississippi State, I'm thinking, hey, that's our Draymond Green minus the attitude. Because you always want to blue sky that stuff. But they're not cost cutting. There's a lot of things I can pin on the Kings. I'm not cost cutting. But it does create an interesting situation for Doug Christie, and I want him to be graded fairly this year. He's going to do whatever he can do. He's going to do the best of his ability with the team that's in front of him. But I'm telling you guys, it's going to be very difficult to grade Doug on wins and losses this year. It really is. This is all but certainly not going to be a normal year. Because I'm telling you right now, if the Kings have their way, at the very least, DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine would be gone by the trade deadline. And as I keep, like 4-hour listeners, you're going to get tired of me saying this. I keep pounding this home. If you are able to trade Zach LaVine, you're not getting basketball value back. Please understand that if you hear a Zach LaVine trade announced this year, it's not going to be for equal value on the court. It's going to be for picks. It's going to be for salary filler of players that maybe are injured or you don't care about. The return is going to be underwhelming because the return is cap relief and the ability to do something else. It may be somebody that's signed to the same contract, but 1 year less. Same thing with DeMar DeRozan. If you can get any first round pick for DeMar DeRozan, I don't care if it's pick 30. That's a masterclass. If you can get an interesting young player, maybe not a future all-star, but an interesting young player that you can use, that will be fantastic. What I don't want is for one or more of the people thinking, they're going to get traded and then expect, you're getting Tyrese Halliburton back or a De'Aaron Fox type replacement. I can promise you that's not going to happen. And I've been kind of, I know we're only in preseason, and I know people don't want to hear this, but I've been really holding back because people already get mad at me. But the most likely scenario, guys, is not that this is a lame duck year, as I saw Brandon in the chat. That's not the most likely scenario. The most likely scenario is you are looking at 2 lame duck years. You're looking at this year, which is tough enough to swallow, and next year. Don't kill the messenger. Because the Sacramento Kings, pretty much all their contracts are on the books for next year. All of them. Zach LaVine's a player option. You want to take a guess as to whether or not he opts in or opts out? Sabonis is signed. DeRozan is signed, although I will say that's on a descending guarantee. It's not fully guaranteed. Schroeder is signed. Monk is signed. The Sacramento Kings have $190.7 million committed to contracts this year. They have almost $162 million committed next year, and that's going to go up because you have to extend Keegan Murray and hopefully Keon Ellis. So they're going to be right back, provided they don't have any trades, at around 190 or 200 going into next year. And then the year after that, $85 million. Now, that will probably be around, that'll probably stay the same, even with the Keon and Keegan signings, because Schroeder will come off the books, a couple others. Monk's extension, by the way, is a player option that year, too. You're almost, for me to say this to Kings fans, I know they don't want to hear this, but if I was placing odds, like in Vegas, you're looking at 2 lame duck years, this year and next year. And I understand that's a tough pill to swallow, that you've got 164 games between now and even the hope of relevancy. But if you look at the cap table, if you look at their contracts, without assuming that there's another team dumb enough to take these deals, which they might be, that's what you're looking at. And you can only hope that because you have those 2 years, this franchise does the right things with that time to maximize. I know that's not the truth you want, but it's almost certainly the truth. We'll take a break. When we come back, 4 Down Territory, Lock of the Week, Upset of the Week, and so much more. Greg Papa at 9 a.m. We'll do that next.
Sunday, the 49ers take on the Bucs.
Kickoff at 10 a.m.
The 49ers play here. Sacktown Sports, 1140.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
Are you really that different than the rest of us?
We are. As a fiduciary, we always focus on what's best for our clients.
What services do you offer besides investing?
We have a team of specialists in financial planning, estate planning, and more.
Your clients rely on you for all that?
Yes, we ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Okay, but you still sell commission-based products, right?
No, because we believe that's a conflict of interest. We prioritize service over sales goals.
So, then how do your fees work?
We have a simple and transparent fee that's a percentage of our clients' portfolios. So we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, we're more different than I thought.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com. Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has the best selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. All of them top quality, hand-selected by their general manager, Chuck Dean. You can see for yourself their huge selection at SacSuperstore.com with the lowest prices and the best car buying experiences anywhere. Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
Footballs are flying. The days are getting shorter. Fall is officially here. Will your heater be able to get you through the winter? The heater at Whiteywood shut down last winter, so who did we call? Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating. We wanted somebody we could trust to do the job right and deliver great value, and Lee's came through. Check them out at leesair.com. Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating has built a reputation as the leading HVAC company in Sacramento. We've got a new HVAC system that works great, saves us money month to month. Find out how they can help you at leesair.com. License number 635355.
Hey man, gaining weight, low energy, lost drive? It could be your testosterone. Revive Men's Health Sacramento helps men get their edge back. Meet Tyler, Revive Men's Health Director of Operations.
When men start treatment, it's not just their labs that change. You see it in their posture, their energy, and how they walk into the room. That's why I do what I do.
Call 916-619-3000 now to book your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation. That's 916-619-3000 or schedule anytime at revivemenshealth.com.
When I was a kid, I remember my dad, a lineman, leaving in the middle of the night. Families were depending on him to get their power back on to keep them safe and warm. Watching him taught me that this work isn't just about wires and circuits. It's about people and the trust they place in us when the lights go out. That's why I started Maverick Electric Heating and Air, to carry on that same promise of showing up, doing it right, and protecting families when they need us most. Visit callamaverick.com.
Need cash fast? Tap into the value of your home with a home equity line of credit from Valley Strong Credit Union. Whether it's for home improvements, debt consolidation, or that dream vacation, you can get your cash offer in minutes. That's right, just minutes to unlock the power of your home's equity with no hard credit pull to see how much cash you can get. No stress, no waiting. Just smart local banking that puts you first. Grow your possibilities with Valley Strong Credit Union. Visit valleystrong.com to get started today.
Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room with primetime football. It's back. Capital Casino is giving away $500 per game in high-hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game, offering the best food, best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region and conveniently located at 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com, and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
The statewide special election is November 4th. All registered voters will receive their ballot in the mail. Check to make sure you're registered correctly at elections.saccounty.gov or call toll-free 800-762-8019.
Tomorrow, the 49ers take on the Bucs.
Kickoff at 10 a.m.
The 49ers play here. Sacktown Sports, 1140.
Four down territory in a moment. Brent Papa in half an hour. But right now, Sacktown Sports giving you a chance to win a pair of lower level seats to the Kings and Thunder November 7th. Also, a one-night stay at the Kempton Sawyer. Also, a $200 gift card to Revival, downtown Sacramento's hottest social hotspot. Elevated vibe, stylish crowd, the perfect view of the beam, the thick, girthy beam. After the Kings beat the defending champs, knock on wood. Text in the keyword I'm about to give you to 916-339-1140 for your chance to win. Today's keyword is dunk. Now, if you misspell that, I can't help you. Dunk. Dunk, 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 dunk. 916-339-1140. Dunk. Text in now. It's like a raffle ticket. You could win. Don't forget, Alan Stiles will have your word as well at noon. Whitey Gleason at 4. And hopefully you got that one from signing up for our newsletter yesterday. Four down territory. Jason Ross traveling with Sac State, so it's just Chris and myself. Let's go with question one, shall we?
What is your lock of the week?
Giants over the Eagles. Am I right? There's a lot of nominees this week. There truly and really are. I'm tempted to go for the Steelers over the Browns, but man, those battles always seem to go weird. Rams over Ravens with Lamar out, but that's a road game. I don't know. I'll go ahead and look. If Joe Flacco can go to Cincinnati and read the playbook for 5 minutes and then go into Lambeau Field and beat the Packers, that's a shock. And I know that I am I know I'm taking the team that's favored by 14.5. That's not me really taking a chance, but I don't want to overthink this. Packers over the Bengals. Number 2, please.
What is your upset of the week?
God, I really don't want to do this, but the Lions are dogs to the Chiefs at Arrowhead by 2.5. And I don't know, man. The Lions have looked like the best team in football since that Week 1 loss to Green Bay. And the Chiefs have looked funky, and not in a good way. It's 2.5-point spread. It feels like I'm not even picking an upset, but I am. Give me the Lions over the Kansas City Chiefs. They're down.
What NFL game would you most want to be at?
Not really a lot of great choices, if I'm being honest. There's nothing that really sticks out. So I'm just gonna be selfish. Give me the Niners. That's Buccaneers. Because I can go see that. Probably a Niner loss. Hopefully I'm wrong. But they are not favored. And then I can just drive up to Tallahassee and watch number 25 Florida State hopefully get back on the winning train and beat Pitt. So that is a 100% complete and total selfish pick, but why not? 4th down.
What college game would you most want to be at?
Do I want to go number 7 Indiana at number 3 Oregon? Not really. I get that's the matchup of the week. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, that's lame. I always love the idea of going to South Bend and watching Notre Dame, but it's Notre Dame, NC State. Even I can't. That's not great. Do I want to see number 5 Texas A&M beat Florida? Yeah, but I don't want to go to College Station. I'll tell you, I'm just going to be selfish today. I'm just going to be selfish. At what NFL game do I want to be at? I want to roll with my dad to go see the Niners and Bucks and then drive up to see FSU Pitt. And what college game would I want to be at Saturday? Simple. I'd want to drive down to Chris's favorite city, Los Angeles, and go see my little girl on the field blowing the trumpet with the USC marching band as they take on number 15 Michigan. That's gonna be a big game down there anyways. It's on NBC. USC is favored by 2.5. Unranked USC. Favored by 2.5 over number 15 Michigan. That would be a huge win for that program. But I don't care. USC wins. Michigan, I guess I care. I guess I want USC to win so my kid's happy. But hey, get a chance to go watch her perform and then go out for malteds or something. And then get the hell out of L.A. because yuck. And then get the hell out of L.A. because you know what? Yuck. Is daddy no likey? All right. A couple minutes left before we get to what's hot and what's not in the next segment, streaking. Greg Papa will join us at 9. In the 9 o'clock hour, we should have some barbecue brought in by our friends at Jeezels.
Where's the food, dude?
I'm telling you, man. I am telling you. And we'll get Crosstalk, Celebrity Birthdays, brought to you by Crumble Cookies. Friday Fun and Games. So we got a fun hour 20 remaining. I'll check the text line and the chat line. A couple people. We got people all over the place about the Kings segment I just gave you in the last segment. I understand that. Look, I really do. I had this conversation so much last year. I'm not going to get wound up again, or I'm going to try not to get wound up again this year because I was fighting with a lot of Kings fans last year. I don't like doing that.
This season feels like the most split Kings fans have been.
Would it be fair to say that it also felt like last season was the most split at that time Kings fans have been? Because I felt like last season was very split.
Well, it didn't become split until
the Fox.
Yeah.
Yes. And I don't like that. I hate that. I hate that for I hate that for this city. And I hate that. It's always about what the fans deserve, which is everything. And I'll, every once in a while I will just take a moment and tell you, because it's true. There are going to be people that do not listen to this program because they want the Kings as an escape, and they don't want to hear doom and gloom, and they don't want to hear negativity, and they don't want to hear a host giving up on the team before. These are all perfectly understandable ways to think. I don't fault anyone for that. I feel for them because I don't want people artificially getting their hopes up. And always with the caveat that I've been wrong before and I'll be wrong again. But when I say stuff like this year and next year are almost certainly lame duck years, please understand it's not just, I didn't just come up with that. This is from conversations with players, with agents, with front office folk, with executives, with people around the team. And it's also, I would invite you to go to hoopshype.com, go to salaries, go to teams, click on the Kings, and look at their salary setup. I'll show my work, guys. Look at the big salaries the Kings have and ask yourself, how easy are they to move? Ask yourself if this team is constructed, can be a team that is anything above a play-in or first-round exit ceiling. Also understand that they're going to trade at least one, if not two, of their starters this year and get minimal basketball-wise in return. These are contract moves. And I would just say, if I have no problems if you disagree with what I'm saying or you don't want to hear it. I truly don't. I would ask you just to show your work with that and take hope and prayer out of it. And if you don't like it, just tell me why I'm wrong. I will never lie to you. I will never gaslight you. I will never tell you what you want to hear if I don't truly believe it, so that I can get a couple extra listeners to stick to the show. That's all. That's it. And I'm sorry to say. And by the way, as we go to break, here's the other part of it. We're the home of the Kings. The more people listen to the Sacramento Kings, the better we do. You think I'm helping that cause? You think I'm being a company guy? Thank God I work for a company that lets me be honest. I'm not helping us. I'm not bringing listeners to the games by saying that. I'm very aware of that. But it's the truth. It's my truth. It's what I think will happen. We'll take a break. When we come back, what's hot, what's not? We will go streaking. Then we'll get to Greg Papa in the final hour of the program next.
The San Francisco 49ers play on Sacktown Sports 1140.
Touchdown 49ers! Every game on your #1 sports station. Don't miss the action on your local sports leader. Sacktown Sports 1140.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why Big Wireless wants you on an unlimited plan? They probably want you to cover the cost of those 20-somethings using all that data every month. But most people 50 and up like me only use 12 gigs or less. Don't get bamboozled by Big Wireless. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Our plans start at just $20, and we use the same towers as the big guys. Join the millions who choose something better, because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
I'm Scott Hansen, host of NFL Red Zone. Lowe's knows Sundays hit different when you earn them. We've got you covered with outdoor power equipment from Cobalt and everything you need to weatherproof your deck with Trex Decking. Plus, with lawn care from Scott's and, of course, Pit Boss grills and accessories, you can get a home field advantage all season long. So get to Lowe's, get it done, and earn your Sunday. Lowe's, official partner of the NFL.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave here, talking to you about my good friends at American Energy Heating and Air. Now, they're upgrading their offerings to you to include plumbing, bringing that same expertise and experience into the plumbing space. They're no longer just heat and air. They're now your American Energy home pros. And you've heard me talk about them for years as your second opinion partner. Now you can still get a second opinion on any HVAC service or replacement, But now you can also get a second opinion on any of your plumbing services. And when you really think about it, how do we know how much it's supposed to cost? At the very least, you'll know you're in the ballpark, and I can all but guarantee you they'll beat the price. They'll come out for free. They'll give you a second opinion. And all you got to do is give them a call, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable.
Sacramento. Buckle up. Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet is dropping one day of insane DeWalt deals on October 18th. Bare tools, batteries, and kits will be at insanely low prices. Spend $1,000 on DeWalt products and get $75 off your order instantly. Spend $100 and get a lotto scratcher with prizes up to $1,000 off your next order. That's one day only. October 18th at Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet, 6701 Power Inn Road. For more info, visit fastenersinc.net. Fasteners Inc. Better tools, better prices.
With 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip: if a firm presents as local but they're in LA, red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
The Sacktown Sports 49ers Report is brought to you by Kia of Vacaville, located beside the Vacaville outlets. The 49ers win an absolute thriller in overtime over LA, 26-23, to improve the 4-1. San Francisco getting a critical stop on 4th and 1 at the end of the game with LA driving inside the red zone. Mac Jones is now 3-0 as the 49ers starting quarterback. The Niners are back in action in Tampa Bay. Catch the game Sunday, beginning at 9 o'clock right here on Sacktown Sports 1140.
Football season is here at Kia of Vacaville. You can score big in a new 2025 Kia Niro LX with up to 53 MPG combined at Kia of Vacaville. Perfect for road trips, tailgates, and cruising to Levi Stadium in style and comfort. But don't wait. Inventory is limited at Kia of Vacaville, and these deals won't last long. Visit KiaVacaville.com or stop by right next to the Vacaville outlets for friendly service, easy shopping, and unbeatable value. All in one stop. Kia of Vacaville, where the adventure begins.
Sacktown Sports has your ticket to the biggest live events going on in our region. First up, get in the game Halloween weekend at the Sinners and Saints Halloween Party and Costume Contest at the venue at Thunder Valley, October 25th. Then, country fans, the spotlight's on the brand new Channel 24 venue in Sacramento as Cameron Marlowe takes the stage October 28th. Comedy lovers, don't miss the one and only Trevor Noah, November 9th at the venue at Thunder Valley. The action keeps rolling with Jesse McCartney at Channel 24 Sacramento on November 14th. The same night, legends, the Isley Brothers, bring the soul to Hard Rock Live. Rock icons Hard storm Hard Rock Live on November 21st, followed by the Stray Cats November 23rd. Laugh it up with Mike Epps on December 5th at Hard Rock Live Sacramento. Sacktown Sports is your home court for live events. Head to sacktownsports.com. That's sacktownsports.com for more info.
What's hot, what's not? Brought to you by American Energy Home Pros, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergy.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
Is hot.
Think that is the easiest decision I've had to make for what's hot and what's not.
Mm-hmm.
Cam Scattaboo.
Hey now.
Proud member of Sacramento.
Yes.
He had 98 yards, 3 touchdowns rushing yesterday. He also caught 6 passes for 12 yards.
Let me see if
he was just on a tear last night.
Let me see if I have a highlight. Hold on.
Second and goal at the 4 with 1:22 to go in the half. Dart out of the gun this time. Brings Bellinger in motion. Handoff, Scattaboo runs left into the end zone. Touchdown Giants.
Let me see if I have a highlight, though.
Scattaboo the back. Handoff, Scattaboo runs to his right. Fighting for the end zone. Did he break the plane? Yes, touchdown Giants.
And let me see if I have a highlight, though.
High set. Bellinger the fullback. Now he motions out to the left. Handoff, Scattaboo into the line, to the goal line. No signal yet. And touchdown Giants. Scadaboo's third rushing touchdown of the ball game. Oh, he does a backflip.
God, what a great night for him, Jackson Dart, and the New York Giants. And by the way, if you guys are on social media, first of all, sorry. Secondly, it's one of the times where if you missed last night's post game on Thursday Night Football, say what you want about the Amazon broadcast. I actually think they do a really, really good job. And I love that post game show. You should watch it. The microphones were terrible, but you can pick up what he and Dart are saying. And then at the end, watching Scadaboo rip off his shirt while watching Ryan Fitzpatrick rip off his shirt is incredibly, incredibly fun to watch. Also, Chris, I saw this too. These are quotes from a couple of different Giants players on Cam Scadaboo. This is a wide receiver / kick returner, Gunnar Olszewski. Cam is going to say something in any meeting we have. He's learning, though. He's awesome. He's as genuine as they come. He's genuinely an idiot. Here's Tyrone Tracy Jr. Everyone tells me, bro, get your rookie. I'm like, bro, what do you want me to do? Tell him to be quiet? He's always yelling. He's very loud. We'll be in meetings and Scat asks a question, just yells it out. He might be wrong, but he'll yell it out and everyone looks at me. And I'm like, bro, what do you want me to do? It's nothing crazy. He's just always yelling. Daniel Bellinger, zero filter. First time at a special teams meeting, he asked, what's our job? Our job is to play with speed, get off the ball. And this animal just goes, physicality. And it makes no sense. He just yells things out. No filter. Whether it's right or wrong, he'll just yell it out. The first time I met him, we're in the sauna. And then we go to the ice tub, and we're sitting there in the ice tub. And this guy, right when we get in, just starts yelling. He's like, ah! I'm like, are you okay? He's just a little different. I've never met anyone like him. And finally, Dante Miller, running back. I've never seen anyone chew seeds louder. He eats loud. He does everything loud. It's quiet in the meeting room, and he's munching on seeds. And I'm like, this is not normal. What a crazy cartoon character. It's a very, very good comparison. Like, he's the Tasmanian devil. I like that, but he chews his seeds very loud. Those are all things I 100% expect to hear about Cameron Scadaboo.
We are very proud that Cam Scadaboo is from Sacramento, went to Sac State, but he might be the most stereotypical ASU football player ever.
Bam, bam, bam. He is. Also had 0 offers to any Power 5 programs out of high school. He had 1 Division I offer. That was Sac State.
I remember talking with my friends when he was doing Scadaboo things at Sac State, and it's like, man, wouldn't it be cool if he can make like a practice team in the NFL because he'll be able to like make the squad.
Yes. And now he's running things. He's running things in the Big Apple. Who's not?
That would be the Phillies against Dodgers pitcher Roki Sasaki.
Mm-hmm.
Sasaki yesterday, he became the first pitcher in a series-clinching game to have a perfect 3 innings. He had a perfect 8, a perfect 9th, and a perfect 10th inning. Perfect 10th in a series-clinching victory.
First rookie there, and he's a rookie.
And he's a rookie.
I'm really glad I didn't come back with that stat that I just read.
Rookie.
Rookie. I almost came back talking about
who
that.
else is hot?
Yeah. I would say the who's not, we could also just say, because I take pride in it, I think it's great. Philadelphia.
Yes.
Philadelphia is not hot today. Flyers lose. Eagles get blown out in New York. They've lost 2 in a row. And the Phillies get sent home. Also, by the way, let me see if I've got this. I don't think I do. Dude, I'm not a hockey guy. Did you see the end of the Sharks game last night?
No.
Holy crap. Sorry, hockey people, if I get this wrong, but I think it's 3-2 San Jose. There's like seconds left. The Knights pull their goalie. You know how, like, in soccer, a guy will have a wide open shot and the goalie's, like, lying 10 yards away and he skies it over the net? That happened with the Sharks. Like, they had a wide open net and missed. There's so little time left that Vegas has pulled its goalie. They miss that. And then Vegas, in the little time that was left after that, proceeds to go down and score. This is in San Jose. And then I believe they won the game in overtime.
That's not good.
No. Like, again, I'm not a hockey guy, but I know we have some Sharks fans listening right now. And I just want you to know, Shark fan, I saw that, and it sucked.
Sorry, Dan Ruzanowski.
By the way, when did that happen, by the way? Oh, that happened Thursday.
Yeah, it's yesterday.
It was yesterday. Oh, I know why I'm screwed up, because there's no hockey games today. Okay, so I had to go back 2 days because they put me on Saturday for the scores. Yeah, 4-3 Knights win in overtime. Oof.
NHL guys, we don't want to compete with the Major League Baseball playoffs.
Yeah, stay away. All right, let's go streaking, please.
It's time to go streaking.
We're going streaking! Yeah!
Who is the Nostradamus of MLB? Who can keep the streak going? It's time to go streaking.
What the hell are you doing?
We're streaking.
Dave, yesterday you took
Sal Frelick.
Yes.
Thank you.
Well, Brewers got shut out 6-0. Only had 3 hits for the night. Well, Sal Frelick got up 3 times.
Yeah.
He got one of those hits.
Look at that. 1 of 3. What are the odds? That should get double points. That's fantastic.
I, on the other hand, took Trey Turner of the Phillies.
Ice Trey
He
Turner.
got up 5 times, extra innings. Like, he's got to get 1 hit. 0 hits.
I'm sorry.
And my streak didn't even end because of 0. I think I've only had 1 hit in this postseason.
Honestly, you're not having fun.
And then Jason, who had the streak of the show, he had 2 hits. He had Cal Raleigh, Kyle Schwarber. He went with Pete Armstrong yesterday. Pete Armstrong had a walk, got 2 plate appearances. 0 for 2.
Oh, Jason. Sorry, Jason. It's over. Oh, Jason. It's over.
It's over. It's over, ladies and gentlemen. It was great.
Sorry, buddy. All right. Well, it's in a deciding game.
Only 1 game.
Give me the big dumper, Cal Raleigh.
You know what?
What?
I'm also going Cal Raleigh.
Okay.
Haven't heard from Jason yet. I think it might be a 3-show pick.
Oh, I love a threesome. Let's go. I'm of us all picking the same guy. Jesus. We'll take a break. When we come back, the voice of your San Francisco 49ers, Greg Papa, joins us right after this.
Tomorrow, the 49ers take on the Bucs.
Kickoff at 10 a.m.
The 49ers play here. Sacktown Sports, 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When I was a kid, I remember my dad, a lineman, leaving in the middle of the night. Families were depending on him to get their power back on to keep them safe and warm. Watching him taught me that this work isn't just about wires and circuits. It's about people and the trust they place in us when the lights go out. That's why I started Maverick Electric Heating and Air, to carry on that same promise of showing up, doing it right, and protecting families when they need us most. Visit callamaverick.com.
What's going on? We're talking to Chad Hoblett of Hoblett Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Tell me, Chad, what's happening for the Drive into Fall event?
There's still time to get some adventure in when you save up to $8,600 off MSRP on the brand new 2025 Jeep Wrangler Willys. I love how these modern Jeep Wrangler Willys are filled with the latest and greatest tech and comforts, yet pay homage to the iconic past of the Jeep with huge off-road capability, distinctive exterior styling, and special interiors you will love.
Man, you make it sound like you're buying a modern-day piece of history. history.
It's true. Once you get into one of the Willys, you won't want to get out. But whatever you're looking for, you can find it at Hoblet. Check out our certified pre-owned supercenter with nearly 200 vehicles available and over 50 under $20,000.
Whatever you need, it's at Hoblet right now. Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
8,600 total net savings on select new 2025 Jeep Wrangler Willys after 4,000 factory rebates and 4,600 dealer discounts. Rebates include 500 first responder bonus cash for eligible first responders. 3 of this net savings. Sample VIN 608-744. See dealer for details.
For over 90 years, Hagen Oaks has partnered with the biggest brands in golf to bring cutting-edge technology to your game. Our one-of-a-kind total game fitting offers a level of experience and precision that is unmatched. From driver to putter, footwear to golf balls, our TrackMan-powered performance studios, 3D footwear scanner, and Ping's Ballnamic ball fitting kiosk ensure every piece of your gear is tailored to your swing. Trust the experts at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Total game fitting starts here.
Need cash fast? Tap into the value of your home with a home equity line of credit from Valley Strong Credit Union. Whether it's for home improvements, debt consolidation, or that dream vacation, you can get your cash offer in minutes. That's right, just minutes to unlock the power of your home's equity with no hard credit pull to see how much cash you can get. No stress, no waiting, just smart local banking that puts you first. Grow your possibilities with Valley Strong Credit Union. Visit valleystrong.com to get started today.
Your local sports leader in the 916.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, Sacktown Sports 1140.
Touchdown! San Francisco!
He has nearly 40 years of broadcasting in Northern California. The voice of the San Francisco 49ers, Greg Papa. Sponsored by Sunpoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard of the public adjusting industry.
Joining us right now, not Greg Papa, because we're trying to get a hold of him. I don't like that intro. I like the intro. It's fine. But I don't like it because if this is one of those times where if I'm not back in the seat in time, I don't have the music to protect me. Plus, Jason's not here. So I have no parachute. So I have a little monitor on my phone when I'm downstairs. And I heard us coming back from break. And I ran up the stairs. Dude, I was like the Cam Scattaboo of the station. I was spinning off of people. I think I might have stiff-armed one of our salespeople.
Great job not dropping your coffee.
Thank you. Jumped over a few things. The other thing that sucks about this this new close-up from the cameras is I took time to actually, nice shower, hair, got it all as, as good as my hair can look. And then because of these headphones, by the end of the show, I always look like Dennis the Menace. I have like 3 hairs sticking up. I used to be able to hide that. Peg says, it sounds like a Hertz commercial. Yes, that's what it was. Minus the O.J. Simpson part. Thank you. Good morning, Dwayne. I think Dwayne and MC should get a show. They're similar. I can't put my finger on it, though. Kind of similar. Just always kind of like, little edge to the comments. Although MC's going after Chris today, so I'm good with that. Staying out of that. Staying out of that malarkey. All right, joining us right now. He's always got perfect hair. A fine coif of hair. The voice of your San Francisco 49ers and our dear friend, Greg Papa. Good morning, Greg.
Good morning, David. Yes, I got more hair than I ever had. I thought about getting cancer, I'd lose my hair. I'm not losing it. And I got it all over my face as well. So today's actually my birthday.
Hey!
63 years of age today, 10-10. So
look at that.
Yeah, I'm going to ring that bell
Yes,
sometime. And when I'm cancer-free, we'll ring the bell. But I turned 62 to 63 this year, but I feel 163, especially the last 3 months. So, which got us to thinking.
Yeah.
10-10 is my birthday. Who's your all-time favorite number 10 in the history of American or anything? There's so many great soccer players. The great Pele wore number 10. Who's your all-time number 10?
Golly. That is, because you're right. There are a lot of number 10s. And Greg, you know what you've just done? You've stumbled on. I'm just going to be honest.
You're going to go Bo Derek, aren't you?
You've stumbled on, honestly, the biggest weakness I have, which is I'm terrible. I know that Michael Jordan was 23 and so is LeBron James. I know that Kobe wore 8 and 24. I know that Joe Montana is number 16. But I am the worst when it comes to 10s. So I'm going to punt, and I'm going to think of the only number 10 I can think of right now, which is, I believe, the Sacramento Kings DeMar DeRozan wore number 10. I don't know if he still does or not.
Wow.
I know.
Okay.
It's probably Pele.
Well, you know what the difference is? As a play-by-play announcer,
yes.
I kind of have to have
you
numbers.
have
if
to.
I don't have numbers, I'm going to be lost. So it's the numbers to names and out of my mouth. So, I mean, my generation, Clyde Frazier of the Knicks, there was nobody cooler than Clyde. Wore number 10, going back to Phil Rizzuto, and you can go on and on.
Yeah.
Pele. And, but I'm thinking about Jimmy Garoppolo.
Okay.
Number 10.
Okay.
The Bo Derek of NFL quarterbacks.
That's
really
right.
A perfect 10. Have you seen that Arby's ad, by the way, where he's laying on the red Ferrari? Wow.
Let me tell you.
Jimmy is aging better than ever.
He's dreamy.
But I'm going to go with a guy who does not have the bod of Jimmy Garoppolo, and that's our number 10 right now, Mac Jones.
That's right.
Wow.
And I have to add to this conversation, guys.
It's going to be something. It's going to be something soccer. Watch.
No, it's strange that Dave went with DeMar DeRozan and not probably one of the most famous number 10s for the Sacramento Kings, Mike Bibby, and current Sac State head coach Mike Bibby.
You know,
got to go Mike Bibby.
Yeah.
I love Mike Bibby.
Greg, I
remember his father, Henry Bibby.
Yes, the great coach.
UCLA. Yeah.
I will tell you this. I am, for obvious reasons, looking forward to. I hope there will be video of you ringing that bell, because I did it for obvious reasons, but also I had a conversation not that long ago about things on social media that instantly make me cry. Number one, well, not necessarily in this order, but I'll just say, number one, military reunions. When like the military person comes home and surprises the kid or the wife or the husband or whatever, I lose it every single time. I lost it at the Budweiser commercial. Every time I lose it.
Who doesn't?
Number two, when I think I recently saw, it was Randy Moss, I think, that walked through where you have all the doctors and nurses lined up and everybody's cheering and they ring the bell and it's just the whole, like the whole journey, everything. Like how do you not lose it at that? And then obviously I Love You More Than Life itself. So that I'm just going to be a ball of goo. And then the other one's always like dog rescues. I lose it every time I see, and they always play that Sarah McLachlan song. And then the dog, the dog's all torn up and what? It's a horrible thing. And then they show the dog like they do like the dog montage of it recovering, and then months later it's playing with a ball or something. I lose it every single time. Greg.
Wow.
Yeah.
Maybe we could do the daily double and pull me out of the bay, save me, and then have me run right to a bell, right at a bar, get a drink till I'm clear. That's what I'm going to do when I ring that bell.
when before we move on to football, though, I do have again, as people know by now, Greg is battling cancer, and he has been so kind not just to come on the show, but be vulnerable and share his story, which I know based on all the responses we get, and I can only imagine over at KNBR and all your listeners, has been such an inspiration for so many who are battling the same thing. So we're always going to check in because we love him. And I know that you had said last weekend you were having a bunch of stuff going on last weekend, and I was thinking about you all weekend long. I assume everything went okay. Thumbs up, all that?
I did. Yeah. I had a full weekend at UCSF, and I'm handling. It's amazing. I feel amazing, and I really have not had a lot of side effects. I don't want to say I feel bad that I'm not experiencing what a lot of other people experience. I'm doing great. I got to go. I'm going to do my radio show today on my birthday for 90 minutes. I got to leave at 11:30 to get back to UCSF for more treatments today at 12:30. I got the weekend off. I got to go back next Monday, and then we go from there. So I'm doing amazingly well. I've only had a couple of cycles of the chemo and the immunotherapy. Belinda got me through this, but it's been amazing. And, on my birthday, everybody, reaching out, and I'm just getting inundated with text. So I will reach out to everybody. But I will be able to watch the full schedule on Sunday.
Good.
I won't have to do it in the hospital. Although I got a good setup in the hospital, I got to say. I bring my Stand By Me in
Stand
there.
By Me.
And I'm not, today would be a day that I would, I thought about my birthday or Christmas or so many holidays, 4th of July. Did I ever have the 4th of July off? Memorial Day, Labor Day.
Yeah.
I worked all three sports, so I worked so often on my birthday. And today would have been a day to travel.
Yeah.
If I was well, I'd be doing my radio show from Levi's, talking to you, driving down there, and then getting on the charter and flying back to Tampa. We were there last year. It seems we played this team. This will be 4 straight years, from Tom Brady's final season and Brock's first start, and played them the year after. Then last year, people forget, but Jake Moody did make a game-winning field goal to beat them. So it would have been, another airplane flight for me on my birthday, which when you look back, the one thing that's the most precious in your life, when you're young and trying to grow, and it's money and kids, and then it becomes time, where time begins, the sands of the hourglass begin to trickle out, and you just have a limited amount of time. We all do, no matter what you're facing. And I just think of all the bus rides and plane rides and waiting to get into a hotel and just all the waiting around. So that would be my day, but I would be doing it with my love, which would be all my iPads and, studying Todd Bowles' defense and Baker Mayfield, Ibuka and their offense and all that. So it's a little different for me. I'll have a great birthday, certainly. Once I get out of UCSF today, but it just seems like in our business, Dave, you don't get holidays, you don't get birthdays, you don't get weekends off. That's the hard thing. But that's the same for the players. Obviously, all these great teams like Kansas City, they got to play on every single holiday. The Warriors are always playing on Christmas Day, so we're traveling, Christmas Eve or whatever it is. So it's hard, but no, I'm blessed. I know this last 3 months have been hard, but the next 3 months, I think we do see a little light at the end of the tunnel.
You know what else gets me about our business too, Greg? I imagine you've heard this through the years, but in radio, they always call the I think it's November, December, January. They call that the holiday book, and the program director's always like, it's a holiday book. Nobody really looks at the holiday book, and I'm like, that's where all our stuff happens. How do we not look at the holiday book? We're not music. And then I said, well, screw it then. Just put on Christmas music all morning. Give me 3 months off, right?
Where's Jason, by the way? Are you going solo today?
Yeah, I am. I know. That'd be funny. He just hasn't said anything yet. No, Jason is traveling. He too, much like yourself, is a play-by-play voice. So he is. Where is he, Chris? I think he's in Montana. We don't know. He's somewhere.
You're a good partner. Good partner,
he's somewhere with Sac State.
The Hornets.
The Hornets, which is a great segue because Weber State. Well, where the hell is Weber State? Is that Utah? Hey, it's in Utah.
Isn't that Damian Lillard went to Weber State?
That's I think that's right. Yeah. Yeah, so he's hanging out in Weber State, which, let me tell you, what a campus, what a city. I have no idea. I've never been there. But I do have a great segue into Cameron Scadaboo. I know we're here to talk Niners, but I know you're a football guy, and Cam Scadaboo is a football guy. He's from Rio Linda up here, played at Sac State. Everybody talks about Arizona State, but he's ours. He belongs to us. And I was going through comps with another guest earlier, Greg, and I was like, well, Christian Okoye, probably not. Peyton Hillis, Lendale White. Do you have a comp for Cam Scadaboo?
Funny you mention that because I was watching him, and I actually met him. I went to the Combine in Indianapolis for the first time this year. We had a spot on Radio Row, and he sat down to do a hit with the Chicago Bears website. And I jumped up and introduced myself and told him I was with the Niners. And he immediately said, I just talked to the Niners. I think they're going to draft me.
Oh, man.
So I'm like, whoa, really? That'd be an interesting room.
Yes.
They wind up going Jordan James. And, he's not a big guy. His ability to break tackles and just the overall toughness and follow the track, impressive. I mean, 3 touchdowns last night. All the gymnastics, the floor exercise after he scored. Wow. I mean, and what they're doing. And I love Jackson Dart. I just love the way he threw the football. I remember I came away thinking, what's wrong with Jackson Dart besides the fact he played for Lance Kiffin?
Yeah.
I mean, what are they doing? I mean, just a natural thrower of the football. So they got something going on in their chemistry. I mean, you go back to an earlier era of football, and you hate to bring the white running back into it.
Yeah.
Miami Dolphins had a really good player. Larry Zonka's a Hall of Famer, and Mercury Morris was the speed guy. But Jim Kick was a running back they had with them, and they would alternate. Zonka never came off the field because he played fullback, whether he was blocking or carrying it, but they would rotate Kick and Morris. They're very different players. So Scadaboo's got a little Jim Kick in him, and Jim Kick was a good player.
Yeah.
The way he would turn the edge. Rocky Blyer was an underrated player for years with Pittsburgh next to Franco Harris, but Rocky Blyer had some big plays. So you don't want to just bring up the white running backs, but I think, you kind of go that way. That's unfair to the human race to do that. So I don't want to do it. He's a lot better than I thought he would be. Honestly, he's a really good football player. He blocks well. He can catch it out of the backfield. And he obviously loves the game, and he gives the guys a lot of juice. So what a performance last night. And Dart is just different. Wow. And then Philadelphia, going over to the Niners in this Tampa game. Going into last night, Philly was 4-1, Detroit 4-1, and the 2 teams they're going to play in Florida, the Niners and Bucks, are 4-1. And Philly was 4-0 and lost a big lead to Bo Nix in Denver, and they lost last week. Now they've lost 2 in a row, and they look lost. They can't get Saquon Barkley going. The quarterback looks limited. They're all fighting. It's just amazing how they all fight in Philadelphia constantly. There's no guarantee that Philly's going to win the NFC East or even win the NFC, or we assume they're going to be there in the end. But Scadaboo, and the way he came out and handled himself with the Amazon Prime guy, Sherman, all the guys, he's just got it. He's got it. There's something about that game. And obviously his bowl game against Texas was one of the greatest of all time. I know McCaffrey watched that. So I'd have to think a little more about it, more modern players that have run like him a little bit. But right away, I'd say probably the guy who reminds me the most of is Jim Kick, who was he was part of the Dolphins, 14-0, and they won the 3 in the playoffs, 17-0, the only perfect team in the history of pro football. Their backfield was Larry Zonka, Mercury Morris, and Jim Kick.
I'm looking at Google Images of Jim Kick, and
he had a cool Fu Manchu.
He
could rock a Fu, didn't he?
He looks like he ate gravel for dinner, and just what a football player.
Don't you like a Fu? I'm thinking, I got this full beard.
Yes.
And now it's Brett Kiesel. It's hanging down to my knees. When I do ring the bell and shave the beard, I'm going to play with it. I may leave like one side beard, one side not.
Go Fu!
Can I go Fu?
Go Fu!
Are Fu Manchus cool anymore?
Probably not, but when would they not be cool? Greg Papa with the Fu? Come on.
Do you have a picture? Rocky Blyers, I remember, or maybe Jim Kick as well, were rocking Fus in Miami.
Yeah, no problem with it. You think it's going to grow long enough for you to be Santa Claus? Do you have enough time between now and December?
Have you seen me lately? I'm going to send you a picture. This thing is... I was with my hematologist, and he said, "You feeling any side effects of the chemotherapy?" And I said, "Only I feel like I've got all this hair on my face constantly." And he's like, "Greg, you do." Beyond that, I'm good. It's kind of honestly, it's kind of weird.
Yeah,
it's because now it's 3-dimensional. But I told you the story. It reminds me that because I don't feel sick. I'm doing my radio show every day, just about, and I'm a little wobbly here and there, but so I feel fine. It's a way to remind me that inside my body, I got this ugly mass that lives inside of me that I got to kill. So what's a better way to remind myself that I have it by putting it right on my face?
Yeah, why not?
I don't like Mike Tyson's tattoo on his face, so I decided to grow a beard. It all works.
Greg Papa with us. Greg, how the hell are the 49ers 4-1? We talked a little bit, we talked a lot about their win over the Rams. 2 really fun consecutive Thursday night football games, I should say. Now they go into Tampa Bay, and I feel bad about this because I think I'm coming in here and I'm trying to take the red and gold glasses off, and I'm going, I don't know how they go into Tampa Bay and win. They're incredibly impressive, but at some point I'm also the devil on my shoulder, or maybe it's the angel, is saying, when are you going to quit doubting the Niners, stupid? I'm not there yet, but man, they're surprising people.
Well, and last week's win was historic. I mean, on just every level, maybe Kyle's finest hour in the regular season, and the way he's coaching with all the eligibles in and out, and what Mac Jones was able to pull off, just heroic. Not just, and we talked about it last week. The 2 opening drives and the Hollywood play and the jet pass reverse flea flicker and getting McCaffrey on the goal line when you went 2 running backs, 3 tight ends, no wide receivers. I mean, just brilliant. And then you're coming up with historic goal line performances. Dan Buns and Hacksaw Reynolds and Ronnie Lott to get the first Super Bowl, and what Alfred Collins was able to do with the punch out, and everybody, Chase Lucas and Diamador and Fred and Michael and, Collins as well to get this 4th and 1 stop. You go around the league, and because I got nothing else to do right now, and I would watch it anyway, but I'm not doing games. And I was preparing for a game. I'd watch, every single snap at Tampa, and I'll watch a lot of them, but I'm watching the whole league. You can say that about every team in the NFL, David. They're flawed. Buffalo looked like a team that was hard to beat, and then Miami almost beat them, should have beat them. Likewise, New Orleans, and then New England did beat them. No one's going undefeated. We don't have a Jim Kick, perfect 72 Dolphins season. It's not happening.
Right.
There's a lot of imperfection in the league. There are a lot of like schemes. Teams run Kyle's offense, Bill Walsh's offense, Kyle and McVay. It's all over the league. 2/3 of the teams run that offense. Everybody's running Lord Fangio, Vic Fangio's cover 4, or Saleh and Pete Carroll's cover 3, or the Tampa 2, that they invented years ago with Tony Dungy, and, all the 2 safeties high and keep it down. So it's just what I don't understand. Last weekend, all the comebacks where teams came from way behind, double digits and more. In the NBA, the 3 balls changed all that. Nobody ever came from 20 down in the NBA in the second half. Now you can do it in 6 minutes. If you just get hot on some threes and get some stops, you can make it up. So it's just the math of it. And then baseball and everybody trying to lift and separate. You're seeing teams that are winning now, like Toronto and Milwaukee, put the ball in play more. I honestly don't know why. We had the great Cynthia Freeland, who's just such a brainiac from NFL Network and all the analytics and computers. And I asked her, why are these teams all coming back? And she thought it was because more money's being paid to offensive players than defensive players. Just because you make more money doesn't make you a better player. And there are a lot of defensive players that do make a lot of money. So I don't know if that's it. I'm not sure why. But I'm telling you that when you watch the league, there is a lot of up and down. The Philadelphia Eagles are schizophrenic.
Yes.
There are times they look like the best team in the league by far, and there are times they look like they just met each other 5 minutes ago. They before this 2-game losing streak, what had they won? 20 of the previous 21?
Hadn't lost since before Christmas.
I mean, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So I know with the Niners, how they're just doing it. Just win, baby. Just figure out a way to get it done. And likewise with Tampa. Tampa's average score this year is 27 for Tampa, 26.4 for the opponents. So we're talking, half a point. So just go in there and beat them 20.5 to 20, whatever you have to do to find a way to win. And that's how, these games are being decided. So it seems like it's unique to the Niners, but really, I see it throughout the entire league. There's just a lot of up and down football being played right now.
Greg Papa, voice of the Niners, with us each and every week. Always an adventure for you each and every week as well, Greg, but you're always in our hearts and our prayers, and we love you, and we thank you for coming on. It's always my favorite segment. All right, have a wonderful weekend. David. All right, you take care. Bye-bye. That's Greg Papa. To his point, The Buccaneers 4 wins by 3 over the Falcons, 1 over the Texans, 2 over the Jets, 3 over the Seahawks last weekend. Even their loss to the Eagles was by 6. So that'll be quite interesting. We will take a break. When we return, hey, listen, we got celebrity birthdays. We got Friday Fun and Games. But joining us in our next segment, on YouTube, you see this, all right? You see our friends at Jeezels, their barbecue sauce, and that whole logo on the screen. Well, they're coming in the next segment, as promised, with some actual barbecue on a Friday. It's like the weekend's already started. This is fantastic. So I'm going to take a break. I got to do some stretching. I got to do some calisthenics. And when we come back, I'm just going to eat on the air. You're just going to hear lip smacking and just sauce flying everywhere. Then we'll wrap up the program next.
The San Francisco 49ers play on Sacktown Sports 1140.
Touchdown 49ers! Every game on your #1 sports station. Don't miss the action on your local sports leader. Sacktown Sports 1140.
Go from daydreamer to industry leader with Amazon Business. From office supplies to IT essentials, Amazon Business provides tools that help you save costs and make insight-based decisions. Learn how to bring your visions to life at AmazonBusiness.com.
Let's go! You still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
They say the hardest part of getting something done is getting started. Well, we did that 30 years ago when California first took on the tobacco industry. Now, smoking is down 60%, lung cancer 52%. A couple of our cities have already ended tobacco sales. A California without big tobacco isn't just possible, it's already happening. See our progress at undo.org.
Hey, this is Greg Papa. Are you working through a major insurance claim? SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to, not what just some adjuster working for an insurance company thinks you should get. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
Hey man, gaining weight, dragging throughout the day, losing your drive? It could be your testosterone. The team at Revive Men's Health Sacramento gets men back on track with the energy and drive they've been missing. Meet Tyler, Revive Men's Health Director of Operations, and witness to hundreds of success stories.
I've seen guys come in worn out, discouraged, and just not themselves. A few months into treatment, they're standing taller, speaking with more confidence. It's like watching someone come back to life, like a light switch gets turned back on. When a spouse says, "Thank you, I really have my partner back, better than before." That's the moment it all clicks for me, and that's why I do what I do.
Since 2011, Revive Men's Health has helped more than 120,000 men regain their energy and drive. Start your story today with an in-clinic visit or a secure video appointment. Call 916-619-3000 now to book your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation. That's 916-619-3000. Or schedule anytime at ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you get coverage options based on how much you want to pay for car insurance. And then you decide how to spend the rest of your money, because you're in charge. And right now, you're going to pay for groceries. But you decide what groceries. Just keep in mind you're running out of dishwashing soap. But you decide if you're going to buy that soap. Just those dishes won't clean themselves, will they? Remember, with Progressive's Name Your Price tool, we'll help you find coverage at a fair price. And then you're in charge. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room with primetime football. It's back. Capital Casino is giving away $500 per game in high-hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game, offering the best food, best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region and conveniently located at 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com, and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
At Valley Strong Credit Union, we know that local businesses are the backbone of the Central Valley, investing in our neighborhoods, boosting the economy, making the Valley stronger. But when it comes to their finances, where can they turn? A big bank that just sees another number? That's not good enough. Valley businesses deserve Valley support for payroll, credit, cash flow, and everything in between. Valley Business is Valley Strong. Learn how our cash management services can support your business at valleystrong.com.
Sacramento. Buckle up. Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet is dropping one day of insane DeWalt deals on October 18th. Bare tools, batteries, and kits will be at insanely low prices. Spend $1,000 on DeWalt products and get $75 off your order instantly. Spend $100 and get a lotto scratcher with prizes up to $1,000 off your next order. That's one day only. October 18th at Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet, 6701 Power Inn Road. For more info, visit fastenersinc.net. Fasteners Inc. Better tools, better prices.
Ladies and gentlemen,
this is going to be fun. It's time for What's on Deck, brought to you by Trex Decking and Railing.
All right, we're doing some maneuverations here. What's on Deck, brought to you by Trex Decking and Railing. Well, there's a lot. Obviously, you have the Niners, 125. It's an East Coast game, but it's still the afternoon game. Only 3 afternoon games on Sunday. That's coming up, of course, this weekend. Tonight, you just have the one elimination game. Tigers-Mariners, 5:08. First pitch from Seattle, and that is on Fox. All right, I want to talk food. Gentlemen, we met during the break, but introduce yourselves if you would, sir.
Absolutely. First of all, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And
I appreciate you to the moon and back.
I appreciate you even more. Trust me. I'm so hungry right now.
Dave in the building. So I am Juan Gibbons, y'all, from Jeezle's BBQ, from Sacramento, California, living in Elk Grove, and we are excited to be here. We have a lot of great things going on with the company. Locations, and we'll talk about that later. But I just want to tell you, thank you so much for having us here.
Thank you for coming in.
I brought you some ribs, man, that are going to be smacking, lacking, attacking, and stacking. And hopefully it's going to be good in your palate. And we'll talk through all that. Come on now. I know you're hungry.
Listen, I haven't eaten since last night, purposely. I'm about to house me these ribs here. And sir?
Thomas Rose Bolden.
Thomas Juan.
They call me Triple. I am co-owner. Jesus.
Okay, very good.
Just like Juan said, super excited.
I love the fact.
Can't wait to see your expression when you like.
Listen, I'm going to give you guys the biggest compliment I can possibly give you, and it's a curveball. So I want you to follow me to the end because I'm gonna land the plane here. And by the way, everybody on YouTube that sees the Jeezle's ad and sees our bottles that we always have here, the Sweet Heat one somewhere. Now this is I cannot describe to you the smell, but it's so good. But I know this a little bit. I'm going to tell you. The most important person in my life, my biggest influence is my father. My second biggest influence is my Uncle Leon. My mom's sister's husband, they had 3 daughters, no sons. So he took to me. 6'7", muscular, large, deep voice black man from the South. He was my idol growing up. And I would go down, they lived in Cerritos in the LA area, and I would go down there every summer and spend time with my Uncle Leon. And when he made ribs, he would make his own barbecue sauce. And that barbecue sauce would be, you knew when you woke up, Uncle Leon was making ribs because you could smell that vinegar. You could smell those spices when you woke up.
Neighborhood.
Let me tell you.
That's what I'd be doing.
And he would be simmering that sauce while he was smoking the ribs all day long. So by the time you got to about 3-4 o'clock, and we were like a pack of wild dogs, you could taste it. And I'm a big believer when I use a good quality barbecue sauce. And guys, I love talking food here, and you can tell I love eating food. I believe in okay, I can use the sauce cold, but it's ultimately it's when it's warm that it really comes through. I took a bottle of this home and I used it on some brisket about 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
I will never, ever say any sauce is better than my Uncle Leon's because he would come down from wherever he is. I'm assuming he's upstairs and he'd just beat the hell out of me. This is the best sauce I've had.
Appreciate that.
I can't give you a better compliment because it's I make my own sauce. I've done that, and I've been frustrated, and I've been happy, and it's never the same twice. Mm-hmm. But people don't understand. Like, you can throw ketchup, mustard, vinegar, liquid smoke, whatever. You can throw all that together. But a really good sauce has layers.
Absolutely.
You taste it, and it hits your tongue, and you go, oh. And then it's like it's telling a story because you're chewing and you go, oh, okay. Then you swallow whatever you're eating and the story finishes. And you guys have those layers. So how did you come up with it? Was it a garage thing, backyard?
That is just a good segue because literally back in the day, I used to go to the grocery stores to get Kraft and some of those other sauces that are out there. Mm-hmm. And I always...
While you're telling this story, I'm just going to eat a rib. Go ahead. Please. And feel free to talk as long as you'd like.
Grab a couple of those.
Go into full detail, please.
Hold on one second. Let me give you this one right here. This is the one I put specifically for you.
God, and the way you cut these. Oh, my goodness.
Boom.
I love this.
So let me just go ahead and get back to this.
Yeah,
this
please.
Is a good segue.
Take your time.
So
hold on a second, Scott. Would you get in here?
Come on.
Reps here. He's outside like a little bunny or something. Come in and sit down.
Like everyone needs.
Come on, Scott.
Right? Come on in.
You don't want to come in.
Go ahead.
So basically, Jeezel's BBQ. So first of all, the pronunciation of the company is Jeezel. It's my nickname. I'm from Sacramento. Played ball here. Played football at Sacramento City College. Played at Kennedy High School, class of '91. I'm a Phi Beta Sigma fraternity incorporated from Sacktown. And I got to put that out there for my frat, my love.
That's right.
And I played at Sacramento City College. And I played at University of Nevada, Reno. But more importantly, that was where the name came out. Juan G on the tackle. Jeezel's on the tackle. So now Jeezel's BBQ is the name of the company. Okay? And then it segues to the why. I used to go to grocery stores and get Kraft and all those other sauces. I always had to walk around the store and add to it. Mm-hmm. And I said, you know what? Mm-hmm. I need to make sure that whatever experience that you guys have on the label is what you're going to get. Mm-hmm. And you don't have to add anything to it. So we have sweet with a little bit of heat.
Yep.
And we have that slap you up in the face hot.
Mm-hmm.
And our slogan is, just put it on your meat and it's all you need. And you really don't have to walk around the store to put anything on it anymore.
No, you don't.
So
no, you don't.
We literally have a new movement of barbecue sauce. I love all the sauces that are out there. That's great. I appreciate all of y'all. It's in our, what we call it, my villages. Mm-hmm. It's the villages, man. It's a family thing in this barbecue industry. But I know we're onto something.
You are.
Literally.
You are.
And I just want to put a good product out there. We're behind it. We have other sauces that are coming out. We have sauces. We have spices. We have other ventures we're doing. But more importantly, it should be on every shelf in the country. And this is literally the start of it and not the end of it.
And we support local. That's what we love.
Support local, but support local, good local.
That's right. Yeah. That's very
good
right.
local.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm eating these ribs right now.
Talk to me. Thomas, you want some? Hold on one second.
It's so good. Yeah, why am I the only one eating? Why am I the only one eating?
Give me your plate.
I love to try.
We need to play
I know. Bam, I need somebody in here to get some of these ribs. I got 2 slab of ribs here.
Make another plate.
Yeah, exactly. Get in here, please.
We need to get these plates around here. Everybody needs a plate because we're going to eat this morning. I haven't eaten either.
That's my Uncle Leon. It is a breakfast of champions. So as my uncle would tell me, he said, "David, you're the only white boy in the history of the world to have this recipe for the sauce."
Literally, I mean, I've been up since 3:00 this morning.
I know better than to ask about. I know that recipes are guarded and in a safe, and I get it.
You don't ask me,
but I'm just gonna say the one there's something in here. It's the and everybody has different taste buds. But am I getting cinnamon?
Come on now, Scott.
I'm just asking.
All right, Dave. Dave. I can't give you all the secrets.
I know.
I can't give you secrets.
It's so good,
but I will tell you this much. I will tell you this much. It is a little bit of cinnamon.
Okay.
Because not a lot of people put cinnamon.
No, they don't.
There's so many other things in there, a little more of a concoction of other things and elements. but there's some cinnamon in it.
It's that thing that because you there's that tightrope you want to walk.
Come on.
Between that sweet savory.
Yeah.
By the way, let me ask you guys: are you a believer in straight sauce? Do you sauce rub? When you're at home? Yeah.
So when I'm at home, it really just depends. Because a lot of folks, because everybody has their technique when they're doing their ribs, right?
Yep.
There's believers of no sauce. There's believers of just I want it wet. And I'm a firm believer of Flavor Town. And for me personally,
right.
The sauce enhances the meat. You can literally put salt and pepper on anything.
That's right.
And then all of a sudden, it just changes the game because it elevates whatever you're cooking.
It's a symphony.
It really
is. They
is.
have to work together.
So for me, I just literally either I put a little something on it and let it caramelize, or I have it on the side. Literally, you could use it as a dipping sauce. My fiance, man, she puts it on everything.
100%.
Everything.
Let me tell you something. It's almost like I don't want to disrespect the sauce because I want the elevated food with it. I was dipping nuggets in it the other day.
Look,
I'm just being honest.
Dave, look
I'm
at here.
just saying.
You could literally put it on mac and cheese.
Yes,
you put it in your jackfruit. You could put it on your vegetables. You could put it on your pulled pork, your jerk chicken. And next step, we want to do jerk chicken. I'm gonna tell you, bring me back.
Really?
We're going to be Friday every day, all day, jerk chicken.
I love jerk.
With some slap you up in the face.
Oh, my goodness. Scotch bonnet peppers. Let's go. Now, what's great about this is that the sauce is wet on there, but I'm pretty sure you smoked these and then you tightened the sauce and then you sauced them again. So you got layers on them,
so
which
there's
is
a technique.
fantastic.
Okay, I'm going to give you guys a little nugget real quick. So we'll talk about the rib cook-off tomorrow. But my technique is I literally have my foil, then I have the ribs laying there, and then I season the ribs with my patented seasoning.
Right.
Then I'll put butter, bacon, onions, and whatever kind of dark soda of choice.
I use Dr. Pepper.
I use Dr. Pepper. I use cherry Coke. I use vanilla Coke.
You ever do root beer?
Stop it.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
I was about to tell you root beer.
I'm telling you.
Root beer is everything.
100%.
Because it has that sweet element and it caramelizes.
And I'll bet you, and you know what? I didn't do root beer with these, but I'm going to because now that I think about it, I think that cinnamon and that almost clovish flavor that you have, that underbelly, I think that would marry really well with root beer.
Come on. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So literally I put that all in a foil and I tighten it up and I put it directly on the grill.
Yes.
30 minutes on one side, 30 minutes on the other side. Bring it back, take it out of the foil,
then tighten
it
up.
Back on the grill, let it smoke. For like 2 hours. This is my technique last night.
Okay, because the thing
I smoked out the whole neighborhood. They all mad. I don't care.
Whatever. Forget them. That's the thing. It's
most important.
And what's great about this and the way you cook the ribs too, because obviously the sauce is fantastic, but the technique is great too because you have. And by the way, don't think I don't understand smoking these, bringing them in at 9:40. That is not ideal conditions. You guys did a great job because there's that tightrope between tough and meat jello, and you have it where it's tender, but also there's pull to it. I need a little bite to my rib.
Yeah,
and you guys absolutely nailed it.
And in competition, you have to have that bite mark. You have to have a little bit of a tug. But it's sometimes I got to tell you, at home, sometimes I like it falling off the bone.
Yes,
especially when I'm doing my beef ribs.
I get it. Oh, the dinosaur bones?
Yeah. No, I know.
Oh my goodness!
And is that energy that when he talks about cooking as like a partner?
Yes.
Like
it's infectious.
It's infectious.
Yes.
And the passion comes out, and then you're like already sold, right?
100%.
But then you taste it.
Yep.
And then it just
out the door.
Out the door. So
we got a break. That's it. We just started talking. All right, look, I'm not. We're going to go over for a second because I don't want you to leave without talking about this rib cook-off.
Yes.
Okay, Scottish Rite Temple, 21 and over, food, drinks, and fun. Tickets still available.
Yes.
Yeah. And we are competing.
Good.
We're going for the People's Choice
You're
Award.
winning.
So that whole process we talked about.
Shouldn't even have the competition. It's over.
Yeah.
I mean, why are they even? Who's competing?
Well, really quick, I'm gonna tell you about the locations we're at. We're at Rayleigh's Bel Air. We're at Ace Hardware. We're at
Ace Hardware, one of my endorsements. Hey, Brian, there you go. Get out there.
My guy Dom out there is my guy. This is El Grove, and then we're at 7-Eleven, was one of our newest locations.
Really?
On Greenback Lane over there, buttoned up against Folsom.
Okay,
and he has multiple locations, so we're there. We're in Reno as well. I went to UNR, so we're in Reno off Keystone Avenue.
You guys can ever get up to Sparks for that competition?
We're in Sparks. But we're doing it next year. We almost did it this year. We ran out of time.
Okay.
But we're going to collaborate with someone else who's already doing it and say, let's marry the sauce, and we'll be a vendor to sell the sauce. We have to. We got to bring it home.
So you know that bald guy in the other room with the glasses always calls you and asks you for stuff? Okay. So that's my guy. I've been saying, gentlemen, and this is a conversation, they get mad at me when I do this on the air. We do not have a signature event for Sacktown Sports.
Let's go.
We do not. We don't have a concert. We don't have a golf tournament. We don't have it. We've been searching for years. Mm-hmm. I have said for years, people love food. People love barbecue. We're sports. Mm-hmm. Our audience loves to eat.
This is our time.
We need to have a barbecue cook-off.
Let's go.
So I think we should all get together, and you guys should hound him and don't take no for an answer, because they won't listen to me. They'll listen to the guys who do the money. They don't listen to me.
Yeah.
And we need to have a barbecue cook-off.
Let's bring it.
Just a festival, man.
Why not? And it's so fun to do, and it brings everybody together. And you know what? At the end of the day, we all have our differences and everything in the world, but you know what brings everybody together? Mm-hmm. Food.
That's right. And it's the only competition where I want your stuff to be better than mine. If we were all getting together, I want to bring you my soy marinated ribs and have you go, wow, that tastes fantastic. And then I taste yours and wow, that tastes fantastic. And then we're all fat. Yeah. I shake your hands, but they're saucy. Gentlemen, I hope this is.
I'm looking at it, I'm like, I'm licking my
and that's exactly right.
This is streamed or if it's recorded.
Well, I got to have me a bite.
Yeah, please do. Thank you for coming in. That's Jesus Bar. Do you have a website? Oh, yeah, you do. Jesus Barbecue.
Jesus.com.
That's right.
JEEZILS.com. Yeah. And y'all, listen. Just put it on your meat, and that's all you need.
Put it on your meat.
And look.
Put it on your meat.
Mm-hmm. Put it on your meat. Mm-hmm. We'll take a break. We're right back after this. Oh, am I doing a live read? Sorry, guys. Hold on. No, just keep eating. Keep them mics on. I'll do this live read while we're smacking lips here and eating, licking fingers. Man, let me tell you something. You know, whether we're talking about Jesus, which is local, and we support local, we're live and local, or we're talking about my friends at American Energy Heating and Air. Listen, they are now American Energy Home Pros. They've been in business since 1981. Greater Sacramento area, A+ Better Business Bureau. And I've told you time and time again, I used them with my mother-in-law, I used them with my parents, used them with family and friends. I would never ask you to do something I wouldn't do. I'd never ask you to taste a barbecue sauce I wouldn't taste. I'd never ask you to have somebody look at your HVAC system, your AC, your furnace, or now your plumbing, because now they are American Energy Home Pros. And I can tell you right now, later today, I'm going to have so many of these ribs, I may need to call them for a clog because, ladies and gentlemen, that's how life works. They've got your plumbing needs, your sewer, clogged toilet, clogged shower, all of that to go with the AC and the furnace. And they're your second opinion partners. If you're already working with another organization, we forgive you. Just call these guys and gals. Have them come out for free. Have them give you an estimate. Guess what? You're almost certainly going to save money, and you're going to know that you got a good deal. 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. 9990, AmericanEnergyAir.com. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Friday Fun and Games, which I believe is Celebrity Birthdays, brought to you by Crumble Cookies. Next.
The San Francisco 49ers play on Sacktown Sports 1140.
Every game on your #1 sports station. Don't miss the action on your local sports leader. Sacktown Sports 1140.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. I got to tell you, I am so excited to get this decking project started with Trex Decking and Railings. From the first time I stepped foot in the showroom last week, I was so impressed. So many color options. Heat-resistant composite deck. What does that mean? That means I don't have to do any maintenance on it whatsoever. They even have a deck designer, so you can go online and see what your dream deck will look like on your house. Just visit Trex, that's TREX.com to get it started. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
With 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip, if a firm presents it's local but they're in L.A., red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, Don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet, Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. What's happening, Chad, for the Drive into Fall sales event?
Right now, you can save up to $8,250 off MSRP on one of America's favorite and most loved SUVs, the brand new 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited. It's the perfect combination of space, tech, and power to do whatever you need, from hauling the family around to family vacation.
Yeah, everyone I know that's had a Grand Cherokee says they love it.
It's true. There's something special about the Jeep Grand Cherokee, and now is the perfect time to check it out and save big with Hoblet. But whatever you're looking for, you can find it at Hoblet. Check out our certified pre-owned supercenter with nearly 200 vehicles available and over 50 under $20,000.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
$8,250 total net savings on 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited after $4,750 factory rebates and $3,500 dealer discounts. Rebates include $2,000 select inventory bonus cash and $500 first responder bonus cash for eligible first responders. 3 net savings, simple VIN 352-391. See dealer for details.
Hello, I'm Frank Cock with Retirement Security Centers with a weekly economic update. When Washington shutters its doors, do markets tumble? History says not necessarily. Since 1976, the U.S. has endured over 20 government shutdowns, and during those periods, the S&P 500 averaged a modest gain of 0.3%. In the 35-day 2018-2019 shutdown, for example, the S&P 500 returned 10.3%. What about afterward? In the 12 months following the December 2018 shutdown, the S&P 500 gained 26.2%. Across multiple shutdowns, the average 12-month gain has been about 16.95%. That's not to say that shutdowns are benign. They tend to increase volatility, especially in sectors tied to federal spending, and can delay critical economic data releases. But the overarching lesson, markets tend to look through the political noise and focus on fundamentals like earnings, growth, and interest rates. So when the next shutdown looms, remember, headlines can rattle nerves, but history suggests the markets are resilient. How might this affect you or your family? Please go to franklintheradio.com to schedule an appointment, watch videos, and receive market updates. I'm ready to help you start your journey so you can define your future.
Securities and investment advisory services offered through Mosaic Wealth, member FINRA SIPC. Mosaic Wealth is separately owned, and other entities and or marketing names, products, or services referenced here are independent of Mosaic Wealth.
Not all rooftops are created equal. Revival at the Sawyer isn't just above the city, it's above the rest. Think DJs, live beats, a crowd that's always in the know, and views that make Golden One Center look like it's in your backyard. It's the rooftop Sacramento can't stop talking about. Revival, an experience that's anything but ordinary. Whether it's game night, date night, or just your night, Revival is where memories get made and the city feels alive. One rooftop, endless stories. Book your reservation at revivalsacramento.com.
Hey everyone, it's Kyle Draper here. If you're in the market for a new car, let me tell you about my experience with Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. From the moment I walked into their state-of-the-art showroom, I knew I was making the right choice. There was no pressure from the sales staff, and if I'm being honest, I felt like a kid in a candy store. I settled on the all-electric EQS SUV, and let me tell you why. First of all, the comfort. After a long day at work, I actually look forward to being in my car. It has several different massage settings, including my favorite, hot relaxing back. Plus, the seat heating and cooling features are perfect for the hot summer or those chilly mornings. Mercedes-Benz has the reputation of making the finest cars in the world. Now it's your turn to experience what I already know. Mercedes-Benz of Stockton is the best car buying experience you'll ever have. They're just a short drive down I-5, or you can shop online anytime at mbfstockton.com. That's mbfstockton.com, and tell them Drape sent you.
We have finally made it to Friday.
Let's end your week the right way with Friday Fun and Games
on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
It's one of my favorite things about this job. Obviously, ribs and sauce are my favorite thing, but good local stories. You know, good people locally. Oh my goodness, that is spicy. In a good way. Woo!
Can I say something? We were talking about like who is Cam Scattaboo like compared to. I would say this barbecue sauce is like Cam Scattaboo, in that Sacramento will know all about it, and then once it goes nationwide, we're gonna say we knew from the beginning.
100%. Not to mention it hits your mouth like Cam Scattaboo hits the defensive line, just bam. Oh, it's good.
This might surprise you, but the hot is perfect for me.
I would so I will be honest. The hot is tremendous, and I'm licking my finger and eating it, but it's at the very edge for me, for my dainty palate, where I can do it, but I'm gonna pay for it a little bit later in all the good ways. Good morning, Alan.
Good morning.
See, that's what we do. We bring in ribs. We bring in we get you. I mean, barbecue on a Friday.
No, and that's what I was saying.
on the way. Well, after I had some of the ribs, not gonna lie. Okay, look, I'm not a hardcore. I know I complain about the coffee machine, but I'm not a coffee purist, right? I'll indulge in a caramel macchiato. Never had.
Hold on a second. Did you say you'll indulge in? Is that your drink?
That's what I get.
Hey, Chris.
What?
You know what I get at Starbucks?
Caramel macchiato.
Caramel macchiatos.
Because you guys are the same person.
Same.
What are the? By the way, have you ever had the white chocolate?
No, I have not, but I'm sure I'll love it. But I'm saying I've never had coffee and ribs.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of hitting.
Oh, now in all seriousness, have you ever thrown a little bit of instant coffee, or you can actually do regular coffee into your? That's actually a thing. I have made coffee and ribs. Yeah. I know this sounds weird unless you've tried it. The flavors actually go together. It gives it a depth.
Right. Well, what I'm saying, my in-laws, they just left. They were in town to see number 2, and.
Is that related to your tweet from last night?
I was thinking
what tweet?
You made a good bad tweet.
Which one?
You said that, and that is how you blank your pants, and you used the emoji, but you did it with no context. I already have people making T-shirts.
I see.
With Alan Stiles' face and that, because we were thinking, well, were you? Was that a comment about child raising, or what's going on with? Oh, it's the game.
The game.
Yeah.
But because they're from Philly,
yes,
they're not used to NFL starting at 10 a.m. And my whole thing is 10 a.m., you might still be drinking coffee, but you could have some ribs with this here sauce, and it works. Look, I'm going to take a sip right now. I still got the heat from the sauce.
That's right.
And now this just washes it down.
There is nothing like smoked meat at 9 a.m. in the morning.
Nothing.
Honest to God. Brisket, ribs, crumble cookies, not meat.
Oh, if crumble cookies could do like a cornbread cookie.
Oh.
With Jeezle's barbecue sauce.
Oh.
That's actually a really good. That's actually
and a couple chops of meat on top. Just a couple.
That's a really good
idea.
Instead
of sprinkles, sprinkled meat.
Give me some. Yeah. No. Right. Oh, like the Jeezle smoked bacon.
Just with the shred a little Riverton, huh?
Give me a bowl of nice crispy bacon on top of my greens. I'm dialed. Celebrity birthdays brought to you by Crumble Cookies.
Happy birthday today to Bradley Wilford.
Who?
Whitford.
Thank you.
From West Wing. You know who he is, right, Alan?
He played Josh Lyman on the West Wing.
He is the dad that would have voted for Obama the third time and Get Out.
Oh. He's from Handmaids.
Is he? All I know is this. When you look at all the other West Wing characters today, and you look at their before and now pictures, nobody has aged more than Brad Whitford.
That's a great actor, but am I
strangely, he looks better.
Yeah, you're actually right.
He's a silver fox.
I honestly don't know. I think he's 62.
Yeah. 64.
Big Bradley Whitford fan. Alan Stiles with the win. He's 66 today.
Also has teamed up with Allison Janney, who played C.J. Craig. They're now on The Diplomat together.
Happy birthday today to Governor Gavin Newsom.
Hey.
I know. Can't wait for the text line.
I
think he's 57.
Look, old Gav, huh?
The Governor.
I think you're right there, Dave. I'm going to say 56.
Went the wrong way, Alan. He is 58. Point goes to Dave. Happy birthday today to owner of Fulham, owner of Jacksonville, owner of AEW Wrestling, Tony Khan.
Tony Khan is 47.
I'm going to say he's 50 because this is kind of random.
So Dave closer, 43. Final one, Mario Lopez.
Now, here's a bell that was saved.
53.
No, he looks good. But no. 50.
Dave is closer. He's 53 today. No, I'm sorry, 52. You said 53. He's 52.
Jason says Polanco for his streaking.
He's got it.
Okay. So for our friends at Jeezle's Barbecue, go to Jeezle'sBBQ.com. For Greg Papa, for Dave Richard, for Chris Verlot, I'm Carmichael Dave. I've got no funky lead in. Have a great and safe weekend, everybody. We'll see you Monday. Alan Stiles is next.
But the Sacramento Kings are geared up for the new season. Training camp competition is fierce.
He's got the two-pointer. Download the